Clearly transferring on
everyone.
zero. Oh.
No, it was rock paper scissors without a shoot. Yes, we're hi everybody. It's we're here for the second part of our "They Came from Beneath the Sea" '90s trilogy. Zan, tell us all about it.
I would be absolutely delighted to do exactly that. So this is a kind of a new take using the They Came from Beneath the Sea rules from Onyx Path. It's normally intended for like 1950s, 1960s B horror movies. Leland, that is wonderful, and I'm angry about how good it is. Um, 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 and I'm completely distracted now. We are filming the second in our three-movie series. Last week was Kneon Knights Reunited. Um, and this week is going to be Kneon Knights Reignited. And this is going to be taking place about a year or so after the initial movie. There has been a purely coincidental reason, I'm 100% sure, for all of our cast to get together, and we're gonna make a wonderful little sequel. Yeah, and I guess I think we should meet our wonderful cast of characters. Since I'm Yap, and I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm Zan. I am a professional GM and content creator for a whole bunch of stuff. I do a lot of things, a lot of places, and have some publications coming out really soon. And I will go into that in a little bit more detail at the end. And would anyone else like to introduce themselves and their character?
Hi there, I'm Typo. You can find me on various streams, such as Polished Cryptid, Friends Who Roll Dice, what was it? Homebrew RP. Currently only on it in an ongoing campaign on Homebrew RP, but you can generally find me on doing one-shots on the other channels as well. I'm going to pass it off to...
Wait, who are you playing?
I'm playing... I'm playing Paul Goodman. It's nice to meet you, everybody. Who also serves as the character Aiden Blaze, who may or may not have scorpion parts now. I almost said crab.
I might have thrown some crab in there.
If anybody's got
Aiden
crab,
Blaze, who now has crabs.
I've got alien crabs.
That sounds like a good reason to go next to me.
I've spent all this time in bed and now I have crabs. It's
I
weird.
distinctly remember Typo calling on that nerd next.
I don't know who that is.
Theater nerd.
That theater nerd.
Sorry,
Okay.
you shouldn't abbreviate your name like that then.
Yeah, what is this? Mudwater?
It's theater nerd. It's
I
always
get
been
it
theater.
now.
I see.
Hi, I'm Nash, also known as Theater Nerd on places in the internet. Right now, this is my only streamed game, but you can find me at all the places at the name that you might see below.
It's coming around.
If you can pronounce it properly.
Yeah, you can only be my friend if you can say my username. Anyway, Leland, go ahead now. Oh wait, I didn't tell you who I'm playing.
Yes,
I
that's
am
important.
playing V, the newcomer in town who I'd like to think maybe got cast in other horrible B movies or C movies, whatever we're calling this. But this was Kneon Knights Reunited was their claim to fame. So hopefully there's more to come. Yeah, and they're playing Z, like the letter Z. Yeah.
Can't help but notice you forgot to introduce your character at first. Not so frickin' easy, is it?
I at least caught myself, Tempo.
know,
Typo.
No. This is gonna be the sequel. So part of the whole approach to They Came from Beneath the Sea that I really appreciate is the fact that the movie is what the movie is, and what we do is there's not a necessarily as part of a plot. And so if this is a movie about losing friendships, then that's fine too. We'll make a movie out of that shit, and we'll still have a thing to do next week because next week is the prequel. So what happens here is the finale. And Pat, did you introduce your character?
Not yet. Leland also has to go still, but
Oh,
we've given two people shit about forgetting to introduce who they're playing. But did we give the first person shit for forgetting to introduce who he's playing?
Oh, hey, Pat. Did you know your call ends in an hour and 5 minutes?
So I did not know that. Where does it say that?
Just popped up
It
in the
just
chat.
popped up. I meant
It's
to
in the-
mention this to you, Pat, and I forgot.
Are they?
Where did
charging
it popped
for
up
Google
in?
Meet
It popped
now?
up in chat. It didn't pop up
Yeah.
in my chat.
There's a little alarm clock in the lower left hand or right hand corner.
Oh.
Oh.
Free group calls. Are they charging for this shit now, and we just didn't know?
I
It
remember
just-
seeing
it
that this
just
change
started.
happened this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got enough time for a trailer. So give us the trailer shot of what your character is doing. You are on your way to a remote youth skill building camp way out in the Ozarks.
Jesus. We will not have to reset the call. I'm just doing. I'm clicking the things where it's just
So
like,
pay
oh,
for
do you want to give us money now? There's a 14-day free trial. So
Wow.
we're
Yeah, I
good.
mean, I feel like I
Proceed.
give Google enough of my fucking private information that they can just let me do this one for free, but whatever. I digress. Yeah, so I've got my sunglasses on. Where the fuck? I thought I was supposed to just introduce my character, and now I'm having
you
to make
are,
a
yeah.
trailer.
No. You definitely should just introduce your character. It's gonna be a quick script change if we were on. If we had to leave in 5 minutes.
Oh, I got you. I need to keep on my toes for those, because I was like, what's happening? I'm running the game now?
Mhm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I look like I've got two eyeballs in my sunglasses because of the ring light. That's pretty cool. I'm Leland / Leopold the Just / Lee. I guess that's another one. Yeah, you can call me any of those three things. Preferably not Leopold the Just, because that's just a lot. That's like a mouthful. You can just call me Lee. It's like a little easier. But anyway, oh, I'm playing Kyle Braun, who is playing Bobby Marks. Yeah, and they're both spoiled rich kids, so there's really not really much of a difference between the two, except for one is like a Beetleborg Power Ranger guy, and the other one's an actor. Yeah.
Which one's which?
You'll figure Kyle Braun is the actor. Bobby Marks is the Beetleborg guy.
Excuse me, I believe you mean the Kneon Knight.
Yeah. Yeah, that one.
It's about
Whichever one's in the
branding.
script. Whichever one's in. I didn't read the script. What are you? Yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever. I gotta fucking pay for Google Meets now for my private ass home game. I am pissed off. All right, proceed.
Well, I can go. Were you holding off on telling us about Mac Rider until the end? That was what I was trying to give you shit about before.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, that is fair.
Before Google busted in the door looking for cash.
I guess I can talk. So Mac Rider is the character who was formerly a stunt double on the show, like doing the kaiju like suit acting, and that is how they got their break and their first steps into show business. They are now a world acclaimed director, but some people still bring up the dark times from their past when they were in the rubber suit. And it is a shame that they carry with them in probably some pretty unhealthy ways. And so for the last film, Mac Rider covertly gathered everyone together, tricked them into signing a contract, and then filmed them as they escaped from this fictitious con that they were all gathered at. That was in truth a movie set. And yeah, they defeated him in the movie. The villain Mac Rider was defeated, but Mac Rider still won because Mac Rider still got to claim they directed the movie. So villain supreme, number one right here. Yeah, he will definitely have no involvement in today's episode at all. No.
Okay.
There's been
Retired
personal
now.
growth. Yeah, there's like he
They
owns
got
a farm upstate.
Yeah, he got everything out of his system.
Hmm.
And
He did he did a YouTube apology.
Yeah.
It's fine now.
And
Everybody's forgiven him.
like money does, it only brought him happiness and resolution of problems.
100%.
The unfortunate thing about the YouTube apology is that it was directed by James Charles, so people didn't really receive it well.
Was it supported by PewDiePie?
He and PewDiePie used to be pals, but they had a falling out.
I see.
Yeah, it was probably over like a bottle of really nice Campari or something. If that's what
Anyway.
about? Did you have a character, Pat?
No, I'm just here.
No?
I'm just here to hang out. No, I'm Pat.
You're the executive producer.
Yes. My name is just on there. I play Wyatt Cater, aspiring Hollywood bad boy, but more often than not cast as like nerdy little brother or best friend, who plays Cliff Stone, the brainiac nerd Kneon Knight, who can definitely drive cars without crashing.
For those of you at home, he actually crashed his car, so that's why he said that.
He
Now
crashed
you're in.
his really expensive golf cart. And that was
Well,
that hurt
car-
the budget.
it was turned into a car in post. So.
It was, yeah. It was definitely a post car.
Who's to say that crash was not intentional to give Aiden Blaze the limelight to save the day and
The blaze of
learn about friendship?
being able to go down in a blaze of glory.
I hate you.
I can't believe
knew-
you'd
I
steal
heard
my
it coming out
line
of your
like
mouth.
this.
I heard it coming out of your mouth, and I was like, I just started sighing immediately. I was like, here we go. That theater nerd. I'm gonna start calling you that theater nerd.
You have been robbed of your name. Earn it back.
Oh God. So I think that kind of leaves us poised to continue on with our our movie for tonight. So we did a little thing that I kind of teased at in a Twitter post earlier today. Kind of a little thing that I was calling gossip and gospel. So just kind of to give us a little bit of flavor as to what your character has been doing in the time between the two movies. Why don't one of you give us your gossip and your gospel, and don't tell us one of these is going to be a true thing about their character and the other one is fictitious, and we're not going to know which is which, and that's totally fine. Would anybody like to share theirs?
So, Kyle Braun is rumored to still be involved with a paranormal investigation group that he helped found in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it is rumored that Kyle Braun paid his way through acting school. Which, if you've ever seen the man act, that's probably the true one, based on. But we'll see.
Maybe it'll come up, and maybe it won't.
Yeah, he can't act. It's great.
I can go. I'm just gonna read Zan's tweet because I think it's better than what I came up with. Rumor has it that V. Wyatt used their family's connection and financial influence to rig the contest to win the coveted guest role on the first movie in the franchise reboot. But how can it be, says another source, if V. Wyatt is adopted?
Some little familial drama from our least famous of the cast, at least famous before this film started, before the last film started, for sure.
Pat will go next.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah. Yes, Wyatt. Witnesses report they saw Cater rescue a kitten from a tree, but suddenly flee when fans approached. What was he hiding? It could it have been that he was having? Oh my gosh, words. Could it have been that the young actor was having illicit goods brought to his trailer by an unknown individual?
Who was probably just my character.
It was probably just like the social studies tutor. I'm sure, maybe, probably not. And Typo, you got anything for us?
Paul Goodman, the story of a man who forgot Hollywood and found faith. But faith in what? And Paul Goodman, truly good man or backstabbing fiend? His feelings towards one-time work partner and current famous director may surprise you.
And I think Mac Ryder's little gossip and gospel is going to be that, they did a short kind of they had a brief stint of some self-imposed hermitage up in the mountains, and that they were also arrested for carrying a large cache, really, of sharpened spoons in an unnamed South Asian country. So they've been busy, it would seem, in one thing or another. And I think that is going to be where we start our story tonight. For whatever reasons, I think that there has been a summer camp that has requested that all of you come in as that has asked all of you to come as keynote speakers. And you've all accepted for one reason or another. So why don't you give us a quick clip of your character making their way to this kind of secluded summer camp in the Ozarks?
I think this brings back fond memories of going to summer camp as a child. So they probably have a big duffel bag full of like everything you could possibly need for summer camp, even though they're not really going. And everything, if you inspected every piece of their clothing, somehow it has like their name stitched into it. Every single piece, like each sock, every shirt, every undergarment. And I think it's much like them walking into the fake convention, where there's a sense of like awe and nostalgia. Well, maybe less awe and more nostalgia for like spending months at summer camp as a child.
Excellent. Cool.
I guess if it's okay with you, Theater Nerd, I would like to play off that scene.
Okay.
Suddenly a shadow was cast over you. Oh. And as you turn, and as it reveals itself, it's just Paul Goodman. He's in his bottle cap spectacles, and he's wearing another like some little sweater, like he's fucking who's that one guy who was like hyper wholesome and had the little trains thing?
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers, yes. He's dressed like freaking Mr. Rogers over there. Oh, hi there. It's good to see you.
I think V, much more sure of themselves, turns around to you and points at you and goes, "That was so not cool."
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I'm getting into character.
No. Well, I mean, sneaking up on me wasn't cool either. The ending of the movie. You thought those tears were fake? Like, I thought you were not in good shape.
Well, if I'm going to be honest, I wasn't. There were a lot of actual. There was a surprising amount of actual gunpowder there. I spent several days in the hospital.
I think at that, V just shakes their head and walks it the rest of the way into the camp.
I'll see you later. But good luck. Oh, what a nice person.
Excellent. And the camera's going to pan away, and we're going to see there are two other characters that have not made their way into this into summer camp yet. Do either of y'all want to describe how your characters entered the definitely not a set?
I need to know if my
What an
character
interesting
knows
way to
he's
phrase
filming a
that.
damn movie or not. Because last time he wasn't informed.
Mhm. I think, there's probably a little bit of suspicion, but it's also like, that feeling that you get when you touch something and it shocks you, and then you got to check it to make sure it actually does shock you, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, so I shouldn't touch that. It did shock me, and then you wait for just like a little bit too long trying to decide if okay, well, is it really going to shock me though, or was that just a double fluke? It's kind of that curiosity of well, I mean, it seems too obvious. This is not a this this has got to be legit because it's so dumb.
Got it. I somehow followed that
Because it
incredibly
was a
long
fantastic
metaphor.
It was a fantastic fucking metaphor.
It was like
It was
the
great.
link
It was
of 12
wonderful.
metaphors.
That
Anyway,
was sweet.
your ridiculously long metaphor, it came through good. So I'm gonna say my character he rolls up a little differently this time. He's still kind of doing his own thing, but he's kind of got his head on a swivel in terms of looking for stunt doubles and boom mics and all that other stuff. He's trying to keep an eye on it so he knows when to kick into gear. So he doesn't want to get shocked like he did last time. That hurt. Left a mark.
Important question to set the scene.
Mhm.
Are you still together with Mac Ryder's sister?
Very
Oh, yeah.
important.
How many years have passed? I forgot to.
Well, I think originally we were gonna put a pretty big chunk of time in there, but I feel like that's not the case anymore. I feel like much like the story, that's constantly evolving, and we're looking at maybe somewhere between a year and a half.
Year and a half. Okay. We've moved in together.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking of asking her to marry me. So
Have you adopted any rescues yet?
we have a bunch of gerbils. Like six
Wow.
like probably too many gerbils for a normal person. I mean, like 6 gerbils. And what's a team of 6? Somebody help me out here. Whatever. They're named after a very famous team of 6.
Yeah.
I'll get
The
back to you on that.
characters
Two
from- the
thirds
characters
of the
from-
starters.
Big
Oh,
Hero
sorry.
6?
The characters from Clue.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
Yeah, they're
That's
named after
good.
all the characters from Clue.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Fantastic. And I think as you get out and kind of look around suspiciously, I think that you definitely see that there is a person with a boom mic sitting in a tree.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Yep. All right. Got it. Thanks. Mental note.
Leaves us with but one player character to get on the shoot.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'd love you to tell me, or leave it up to chance. How successful has the last year been in cultivating the bad boy leading role image that Wyatt wanted? And I'm happy with any answer.
I think that there has been some poorly handled PR. Like not that it's not landing, it's they can't find the right niche of bad boy. Like is it party all night bad boy, or is it like a chef with with like sleeve tattoos bad boy? Like what is the bad boy that we're going for here?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think maybe maybe it hasn't quite fully sunk in everywhere.
Got it. If he's not been forced to abandon that strategy yet, then I think maybe his agent convinced him that this was some sort of like, oh god, like what's the program where like, like
Oh,
they
like
just
scared straight?
yes, where they take like hooligan kids and just like don't let your life turn out like me type thing.
Mhm.
Except his speech is going to be more like do what I do and you'll be a famous star,
Oh, so he's turning the script on its head.
like a bad boy
Oh.
would.
Oh, like exactly like a bad boy would.
So that's what he
Yeah.
thinks he's going to. So you know,
So yeah,
yeah.
Mhm.
No, so like if he saw Boom, like that makes sense because there's celebrities here.
You're
It's
like
like the-
Robert Downey. You're like Robert Downey Jr., but without like the low point. That gives like actual meaning to the high.
yeah, and I think you walk onto set and um yeah, I think as everyone gets into the camp itself, I think there's probably a moment of acknowledgement, um, where we kind of see like the quick panels of the sides of each of your faces as you recognize that the others are here, and that oh no, oh no, why is only the four of you here? Because you do see some people milling about in the background, but it kind of seems like the closer you get to them, they kind of just naturally walk in the other direction. They're kind of giving you all a clear area of attention at the moment. And I think that yeah, I think that there is a moment of recognition as you all are there and realize that there's no one else in your immediate vicinity.
Did I sign any sort of contract before I left for this summer camp? If not, where's the small child?
Young
Um,
I believe their name is Young Child A.
But I,
At least
I feel like it
on the
has to
legal
be
documents, it was.
I feel like it has to be a new young child because that young child might not be a young child anymore.
So I
It's only
think
been a year.
I mean, that's fair.
I think that now Sporty Child shows up as you all are gathered in this kind of circle area, not too close to you can see cabins in the distance, you can see like a mess hall and a few fire pits scattered here and there, a lake over in the distance. This does look like a proper summer camp. And as you all are reconvening together, a child wearing like real 90s like soccer shorts, like bright colored windbreaker, like a bright color, the blue and purple windbreaker. They run up and go, "Oh, y'all are here to camp counselors. Thank you so much for coming to camp."
The super suspicious kid keeps
Bloody hell, this
demon
kid
voice going in and out.
Does
Oh
he-
no, oh, it does. Well,
Your character's a scientist, right? Could you possibly develop like a translator for this little bastard? I never understand what the hell he's saying.
He wants our autograph on a contract you would know if you would have read the first time.
You know, I don't happen to like you very much, I don't think.
I can't say that I like you at all.
Well then, alright, that's settled.
So I'm done
And-
signing this piece of paper. Hey, you are.
Yeah.
And they look
sign his
pointedly
forehead
to the
again.
other three.
I signed the kid's forehead again, like I did a year and a half ago at the last premiere.
Mm-hmm.
So this time it's a highlighter instead of a Sharpie. Sorry, go ahead.
No.
V will look down at the child. Could I read that, please, before I sign my life away? I mean, sign the piece of paper.
It's just gonna be some. It's the menu, but sure. And they hand over a piece of paper that is definitely not a.
Not at all. Not even like it's half a menu and half a contract in there.
It's laid out like a menu, like in kind of the grid, in the calendar format, but it's all just. Yeah, I acknowledge that I'm here to play a role and that I will not break character. I understand that while there is no intent at any harm being done to my person or my legacy, that we will only be doing one take, and the general stuff of like this is going to be a gnarly reality show, but said in the acknowledgement that you will be in character.
Well, this time I feel like my autograph's worth some money, so I hope you use this for good, kid. And then they sign it.
Oh,
wait. Your autograph isn't worth. Never mind.
Oh, wait a minute. That was some sort of like contract or something?
No, it was just a menu.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say, darn it, they got me again. That's how they got me into the military that one time.
I was about to say, is this this little person an army recruiter or something?
Maybe someday.
No. I'm just really excited about chocolate cobbler and chicken gizzard day.
Chocolate
That's
cobbler.
all.
Chocolate cobbler. I don't even know if that's a thing. It's chocolate cobbler. It sounds like...
I read it on the menu.
Oh. All right. Well, you see, that's why I always sign their face, so in case they hand me a contract, I ain't got to worry about nothing. Because I signed their face, it's not legally binding, you see.
And you hear with the loud thunk that they have slapped their face to the board once again and pull back with a perfect signature.
Damn it. Loophole, I see.
Well, Wyatt.
Yeah, it is the same legal spiel of like, well, pretend to be your character, hope for the best. We're not going to try to kill you. Don't sue us. If we do, you'll get X profits.
All right.
Oh, yeah, totally. It's going to be with the staff lockers are right in the staff cabin, and you'll have lockers there. You'll be able to change and get into uniform. Mm-hmm.
I want to hold up. I actually took the trope press pass, so I got one right here. So I'll get us wherever we need to go. Don't worry.
Cool. That is a good thing. I'll keep that in mind for the rest of the story. That you have a press pass. Interesting development. So there is nothing that you have put on yet. Mm-hmm. Let's see.
My mic had been muted for the stream for most of the...
Oh
Oh no!
Only for the last bit, not for the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Pat,
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to make a checklist of things to do when we go live from now on. Okay?
Look, see, it's a button where if I press it, then chat and the video doesn't hear me type, but you all can still hear me, and then I forget to unpress it.
Got it. That's the secret discussion button.
So I think that do you want to give like a brief recount
Sure.
of what you were doing?
Wyatt was trying to inspect the contract and see if there was anything, any bad behavior essentially they could engage in that would get footage thrown out. Essentially, that would like make the footage unusable.
There is only, and it is that there will be no scenes of oral sex. Because heroes don't do that.
Oh no! Oh no!
There we go. Now we know the exact time that this stream happened.
Batman
forever.
doesn't do that.
Which is not fair to the inspiration for Mac Rider, because I think Zack Snyder did actually come out with a pretty pro stance. No, there's not anything.
Okay,
Not anything in there.
got it. Nothing that I could swing to be like, Mac or Wyatt Cater did such and such on set. Footage had to be thrown out. Okay, cool.
No. It encourages deep in character analysis of the self. So whatever you got to do to get into character is what you got to do to get into character.
Okay.
Yeah. And so the small child with the voice that cuts in and out leads everyone to the staff lounge, and it's just a kind of a simple little log cabin, and inside of it are appropriate changing areas and some lockers with all of your uniforms inside, and these appear to be like there's definitely a motif of your particular prism style built into the uniforms themselves, whether it's through like a stitching pattern or colors or iconography or what have you. But they are definitely customized for you so that you would be easily recognizable in this outfit. So yeah, the scene is y'all's.
All right. I want to find the editor. We need to talk.
Editor or director?
Editor. Whoever edits all the groovy stuff in post. I want to talk to that person. Zan.
Oh, Zan. Oh, there is no one else in the room with y'all.
Okay. All right.
It is a creep. Like, there are picturesque spider webs up. Like, it seems like this camp is going to take a lot of love for it to really be what it can be this summer.
All right. Well, I was hoping the editor was somewhere because we needed to chat. Anyway, I suppose I'm going to look at the rest of the group and say, well, I've got this bloody brilliant idea, you see. At some point during whatever, if this is just another trick to get us to film or not, which I think it is. There was a guy with a microphone in the trees earlier, so why else was there? But I plan at some point to drop character, or I plan at some point, not drop character, rewind. I plan at some point to slip in that a certain Kyle Braun wants a certain Cecilia Ryder to marry him, you see. What better way than do a big better way to do a big grandstanding ovation like that and then right in the middle of filming the damn thing.
Okay, first off, it's going to be cut. Secondly, I'm not convinced Mac Ryder isn't here. Are you sure that's a good idea? And thirdly,
Cecilia is her own person. She runs an Instagram account for gerbils.
I was gonna. Do the gerbils all have to like share an account, or do they each have their own?
We all share an account.
Oh, you're on the account too.
Yeah. I
Well,
help run. I take a little picture of a gerbil every now and then. I'm pretty good at it.
I mean,
Okay, you do whatever you want. I'm gonna get into costume and
wait.
stow
just
my
saying.
cell phone so it doesn't get smashed this time.
That's why you don't see Cecilia in the film today, because she's out taking pictures of the damn gerbils. She makes more money than I do some days. So
Well, I think it's especially a great idea if you do that when don't do it until you see Mac, because that'll be the thing that really wins him over to this relationship. I bet.
see, my plan was to try and bribe one of the editors to put it into the film in post. You see, so when she sees it, I was thinking like either a sly mention on my end, while in character, of course, or also, hear me out, was thinking maybe how these movies they got things on the TV like a little
Teaser trailers.
no, I'm just saying in the film there might be something on the TV. What if something on the TV in the background or is me like a little news report being like, would you marry me, or maybe I pay and have a plane to do some skywriting, and then we do some scenes where we're in the air to where they can't cut it from a film, What do you think? What do you all think? What do you think she would say yes to the most? If we put in the background on a little telly, or do some skywriting?
No, I mean, no, you wouldn't like V was getting at. You really need. I think you need to leverage this proposal to really win Mac over, and really the biggest spectacle you can put together is the best way to do that. You don't want to hide it or slip it in somewhere. You want to show that you can go over the top.
Got it. All right, I might mess around a little bit with special effects or something.
That's not what I was saying at all. I was saying this is a bad idea.
Maybe I can find some fireworks that shoot in the air and say a thing for me.
And I think y'all hear kind of a crackling intercom and a bright and chipper voice going, "Good afternoon, campers. We're going to be having our initial orientation meeting in 5 minutes. Don't forget to be at the square in 5 minutes."
So I'm confused. Are we campers or are we counselors in this movie?
All of your shirt says staff. Oh, sorry.
So,
It could be any kind of staff in.
V has changed into their costume, and it has holographic stitching, like it's holographic thread, and the staff, it's just a white T-shirt, and the staff, instead of being like black ink, is holographic. To go with a little less ostentatious use of hollow this time, so far.
Give it time.
It says staff, so I'm guessing we need to be at the camper meeting because we're the staff. I'm gonna not be late. You can do whatever you want, Kyle.
You think I'm gonna have to take care of a little kid or something? Because I'd never signed up for nothing like that. Even if for acting, I really just don't like kids.
I don't think you have a choice because you signed a contract disguised as a menu.
I
tried signing the little bloke's face, and then he rubbed it in.
But look at the cobwebs in here. So I've not been paying super attention to Mac's latest projects, but does this scream more like? Do these cobwebs say more 80s movie? We need to save this camp, and there'll be some sporting contest, and then so that the rich camper's dad can't tear it down, or is this 80s slasher movie? All of the cabin staff are going to get murdered during it.
I would love a slasher remake of our series. I think it might really bring in a new set of audience.
I'm not sure I would want to be in Mac's version of that, given how we've filmed things in the past.
Yeah. Well.
But okay, I was just seeing if anybody else got a specific vibe with the spider webs.
Did we get any points for our characters in between?
Yeah, so I think
Tell us
I
we're
think
better at things, please.
Yes,
yes.
I need more points for stuff. Help.
I will. So normally there's an experience process or an experience granting process at the end of the session where you address like long-term goals, short-term goals. Did your character like take damage? Did they steal the scene? There's a couple of questions that you ask, and whichever ones you say yes to are the ones you get experience points for. Um, I, as a director, have a small limitation. It's that I have never played this game outside of the context of a one-shot before. So. What we're going to do instead is going to be you can add 1 dot to one of your archetype skills,
Oh.
and you can increase 1 stat by 1.
So that's add 1 dot to an archetype thing, and then add one more checkbox to one of the attributes.
Yes, to one of the attributes. Yeah.
Cool. Done. Thank you.
Fantastic. Yeah, that just seemed like the easy way to do it rather than like listen out kind of the like, well, 1 dot in this is 5 points. That is pretty common in other story path games.
Yeah. I, for some reason, developed skills in larceny. I don't character development wise. I do not know how that occurred.
Well, it's because you got really used to like trying to covertly slide in a wedding ring. Like, is it going to be
Oh, yeah.
here? No,
That
we're
works.
going to slide it. Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
So, one skill, one attribute.
Yeah.
Uh,
One
so
archetype. skill,
I would
one
like
attribute.
Pat.
Yes.
What skill have I increased due to my augmentations?
Your scorpion augmentations.
My scorpion augmentations.
Oh gosh, I don't know. What do you think would be fun in here?
What
You
archetypes?
will have to describe how it looks now.
What skill and what attributes have changed?
Should you give him a scorpion's heart for some more empathy?
I was considering empathy.
You know, as a fan of the insect world, I have heard many times through various documentaries and expert seminars that the scorpion is the most empathetic of all insects.
I was gonna say, I think you did get some scorpion empathy, and the story of the scorpion and the frog now just hits a lot different.
Oh, I got it. There we go.
I have some scorpion empathy. And what attribute has changed?
I'm empathetic to your heartbeat, so I can end it.
Maybe presence. Maybe you've just got some very like impressive looking scorpion. Plumage isn't the right word when it's not a bird, but
Scorpion plumage.
What if it's like scorpion carapace? Yeah.
some
Both
sick looking
stats that I had
carapace.
no points in. Yeah. I'm totally going to use these every chance.
I would have
Hey,
given
hey,
you some
I
scorpion
believe you.
presents. Because of how fucking scary scorpions are.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I know you believe me, Zan, because I'm me.
No. It's because I have the empathy of a scorpion, and I believe you.
Scorpion. Oh,
Yeah.
good talk.
Great. Yeah. So everyone has you've all put on the uniforms, put your stuff in the lockers,
And
all
these-
that good stuff.
Just to clarify, these are camp uniforms styled like our knight uniforms, right?
Mm-hmm. A similar motif, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think maybe mine has some sort of like camp nurse outfit attached to it as well. Like
A camp leader?
a camp nurse.
Oh, camp nurse. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
And like some like rinky dink first aid kit with it.
Just a big pack of like
It's just all band.
Pat, please tell me you have a fanny pack.
Yes, absolutely.
Of
There's
course they do.
this is like it's like a white like nurse's or lab coat with the fanny pack
Mm-hmm.
around that.
Oh,
My character's
Like the coat
PE
could have
teacher.
gone over it, but it did not.
My character's the PE teacher.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And
I've got
and you
those
say-
really short red shorts on and like a white. I'm wearing instead of wearing like the white polo, I've got a white sleeveless shirt on.
Oh, okay. And I think instead of a whistle, you have your a smaller version of your ocarina on
Yeah,
a
there we go.
chain. Like,
That's
like
perfect.
So we got the camp counselor, the camp PE teacher, or the
Athletics.
athletics. What other roles are there in a camp?
I will not
Maintenance.
say no to whatever you've got.
Oh yeah,
Ma-
like maintenance for sure.
I feel like
There's also lifeguard.
Yeah.
Lifeguard is fun. There is a lake.
There's arts and
there's
crafts.
Yeah.
You really
Ooh.
want somebody named Blaze
There's
to go in
music.
the water?
Oh, what if Blaze was the swimming instructor?
What if?
Oh.
What
But
if
Blaze was being taught as well.
What if Blaze
Today
was the
Blaze
yard?
boils.
you're the orca.
I just
Oh
think
my gosh, you're right. I'm the freaking swimming
I
instructor.
forgot about it. The orca.
yeah, there
It's
we go.
the only camp staff position that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that it's a really ridiculous title too. Like I think it's like the Grand Orca. Like everything else is camp counselor, camp, fitness instructor, Grand Orca.
Which is just a fancy title for lifeguard.
Yeah.
My character teaches like archery and stuff, so that kind of makes a little sense. But
Cool. Yeah, no, that I think all these roles that we've all settled into make a fair good and a lot of sense. And I think as this conversation is kind of wrapping up, y'all start to hear the fanfare of what you can only assume is the camp song.
No.
You've never heard it before, but you do kind of hear voices around you starting to echo and parrot it.
It's not just rutabaga this time.
It's not rutabaga. They are there. It
Rutabaga.
seems as though they have hired an entire children's chorus
Oh, no.
to sing this.
I can hear them singing it around from here.
this is not what I wanted to listen to today. But all right.
And I think you all we see the camera kind of following you as you make your way from this kind of staff cabin out to the it's like a proscenium stage. So it's down below everything, and the seating kind of goes almost in a full circle around it, and it is
It's a fancy pit.
it's a very fancy pit, yeah. And the children are all probably look like they're like maybe super early 20s, like maybe 20, maybe 19, but definitely they did not want to take the time to hire actual child actors and have to deal with that extra level of liability. And they are all sitting like bright-eyed and eagerly looking at the empty stage that only V or Z is standing at the moment.
Oh yeah, because I'm the only one that walked down there on time.
You were the only one that was punctual.
Well, I guess I'm not only a counselor and the camp director, so good morning, or good whatever time it is, afternoon camp, or campers. You're in for a lot of fun this week. I'm waiting for the rest of the staff to get here to introduce you to your swim instructor, Mr. Blaze, and
Let's face it, Mr. Blaze.
she's trying, or they're trying so hard right now. And to the camp nurse, what's your? It's Clinton. What's his last name?
That's Cliffstone.
Cliffstone. I knew it started with a C. And Mr. Stone, the camp nurse, you should be introduced to him. And she's like scanning the horizon, both for like the rest of the cast.
I think as you're doing this, they show up and the music changes from the camp counselor, from like the camp theme song to the like y'all ready for this, and the crowd is very excited as you are describing.
Oh yeah,
These
and
three.
they're like, and your archery and other athletics instructor, Mr. I can't think of what's your character's last name?
Braun.
Or-
Oh, so
Braun.
my character's last name. Bobby Marks. Marks. That's my last name.
Yes. And Mr. Marks, your athletic instructor.
Chumbawamba performing. Yes, Chumbawamba.
This is a Chumbawamba remix of that song.
Y'all ready for this?
I get up down.
And I think Z starts to like fan up the whole crowd, like getting them hyped for the appearance of her or of their co-stars. Yeah. I'm waiting for something to happen to these actors and for them to suddenly become some sort of bad guy.
Do y'all head down and join Z on stage?
Yeah, I would like to do a couple of front handsprings in a row on my way up the stage, and then jump up in the air. Oh yeah!
I think that's for just for my fun. Just cause. Can you make a presence and athletics?
Yes, of course.
Because this ain't Dex. This is presence. You are showing off.
I have the same amount of ranks in both. So
wow.
10 it counts as 2 successes, right?
Yes.
All right, so that's and 8. Okay, so 3 successes.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. It's real good. And yeah, you kind of flick your way down, and the crowd loses their mind. You make an excellent 3-point landing, somehow suddenly holding a camp longbow, and yeah, it's good. It's good.
All right, I fire the longbow over everyone's heads, and it strikes a bald eagle and pins it to a tree.
And then I think it explodes, and as it explodes, red, white, and blue confetti go everywhere.
Exactly.
It's elaborate prop. And I think somewhere there is a pyrotechnics person losing a lot of water as they are just sweating themselves to death.
My character is mildly upset that was a drone and not a real bird, but whatever, he'll take it. The explosion was worth it.
That's a felony.
Well, he's so rich, he just buys his way out of it. He's like a careless rich guy. That's what I'm saying. That's the whole point I'm trying to make by killing the bald eagle.
Oh. Cool. Who is the next to make their way down?
I am going to be last. Because I'm a bad boy.
Damn it, that's what I was going to try to do.
Who's the better boy?
Okay, actually, wait. Rewind a little back. So, Paul Goodman, or rather Aiden Blaze, looks over at you, raises an eyebrow like, "Are you going?" No, okay. Wait a sec. Like, drag you into the corner, like the place. Hey, buddy, is everything all right?
Yeah, everything's fine. I was just, I thought maybe this time around, Cliff would come last.
Really? You think Cliff would go last? Why is that, buddy?
Just as
Huh?
I think there's a new side of Cliff maybe that we're seeing.
Okay, I can work with this. What would you like to come out through this?
I mainly just thought it would look cool to come out last.
Oh, okay. You want to look cool? I can work with that. I'll go first. You can come after, and you do what you do.
Okay. Now that I'm not ready, but yes, I'll figure it out.
You got. He like grabs your shoulders. I am the tiger. And he goes off into the stupid. He just goes into the crowd and is like, "Hi there."
And the crowd erupts. Orca Senpai!
there's a look of, yeah, I deserve this, and then he like turns and stares at his scorpion claw hand, and then goes, or do I?
I just imagine you saving a drowning child with that thing, like, like
You're spoiling the movie.
sorry. Oh yeah, spoiler.
Oh no, they read the script we didn't write.
Oh, I was supposed to not read it though. My character doesn't read scripts.
So, with the other castmates all on stage, the camera and the metaphorical and literal spotlight make their way to Cliff.
Oh, that was so cool. I should have just walked out like he just did. He didn't have to do anything, and I don't have a fucking eagle to blow up. I've got
Your mic's on. We'll say your mic is hot, and everyone heard all that.
I'm fine with that. I think in a desperate attempt to do something, he looks around for like a nearby skateboard or some stupid thing to try and like jump down into this pit.
I think that yes, there's a conveniently placed not only a skateboard, there is a skateboard, a pair of rollerblades, and a razor scooter.
He tries
all available.
He tries all of them at once.
He's like holding two of them between under his arms. If one fails, he'll switch it out if he needs.
You get in the roller skates. You put one roller skate on the skateboard, one roller skate on the scooter.
Oh no, that's not gonna work out. By the way,
as you make your way over there, like right as you start to move, you hear a copyright friendly version of "Eye of the Tiger," "Pupil of the Ocelot," start to play, and yeah, so I don't really know what the right stat is gonna be for this bullshit. So
don't forget, all of you have your bonuses from the end of last session.
I did forget.
Oh, that's right. Hey, why you want to remind us of that real quick, Typo?
Okay, let me just pull up my thing.
We also still have a group rewrite pool of 11.
Yes, out of a maximum of 15.
Got it. Okay.
Got to use some of that.
So y'all need to stop failing rolls.
Also that.
Too bad.
No. Wharf effect. Once per film, you can choose to succeed. Roll dice as normal, and any successes count as one more than necessary for the task. Your successes, however, always leave some threat remaining in the scene. After this action, you are so drained from the performance that you have to sit out for the rest of the scene. Where is the double? Party members are inspired by your performance, or an attempt to upstage you, and add your relationship die to their next roll.
Okay. Oh no. Is this the relationship die I have with you, or the one you have with me?
I have with you, I think.
Oh, that might be better.
So you guess what you get from me?
What do I get?
A 3. Why? I don't see why it would have been bad if you had to use yours. It's not a 1, is it?
Yeah, that's not exactly what it is. Okay.
I think the camera focuses on that friendship as we have a quick flashback to Blaze heroically sacrificing himself and then giving this word of encouragement to Cliff.
I think maybe there's a montage past that point of, Blaze gradually regaining strength and doing all these different activities. And I feel like maybe the final test was Blaze on roller skates using a scooter and a skateboard successfully.
Yes.
I know it can be done.
You can do this too. I point at you with my claw.
I guess roll athletics and composure, because I think this is going to be more about not freaking out at the what are we looking at here, like 10 wheels that you have at the moment, 12 wheels.
I guess if each rollerblade has 4 wheels, probably 2 on the razor scooter,
There's
That's
4 on
10.
escape.
And 4 on escape.
14, okay. Wow, so it was none of the options that I had. Wow.
Okay, so I get 3 with athletics, 3 with composure, and then I get 3 for being such a good friend, it sounds like.
Yes, good
Yep.
friend.
Okay. It's for one of us being a very good friend.
You're too noble for this world, typo.
Oh, I'm seeing a lot of ones.
Oh no!
Hold on.
Hope there's at least an 8.
There is.
Although it'd be. Oh, that's
I
less
just want
fun.
to say, typo. Just because I hate your character doesn't mean I hate playing with you. By the way.
That is perfectly fine.
All right, cool. All right, just wanted to clarify that. I was like, maybe some people I don't know if they understand.
That was 9 dice that I rolled for a total of 3 successes. At a 9 and 1 10. As well as at least 2 ones.
I think that like there's a few people who kind of raise an eyebrow, but you do get to the bottom, and it looks like they're only going to have to do a little bit of editing and post to make it look okay. And yeah, you're all there on stage, and as you're getting ready to take your places, the sound coming from the speaker. I think actually, theater nerd. I think there is a script for you to read, kind of at the podium near you, and I think it is just all really bland. We're gonna have a great summer. We're all gonna grow and we're gonna learn, and we're gonna come out of here as better people than we're here before. And it's entirely up to you if you want to follow the script or not when you're talking. But the folks are.
So one of V's favorite classes was, it was 2 classes. High school, they did, I can't think of. Basically, they did extemporaneous speaking on random topics. So I think, and then in college, it was improv theater. Those were like their 2 favorite things they did in school. So I think they kind of like take it as a baseline, and or like they get the basic gist of whatever is written on the paper out, but in a much more fun for everybody else to listen to sort of way.
Mm-hmm. I think that's 100% the case. And as you're kind of giving this heartwarming, like inspiring coming of age speech, like there are students crying and students being like, yeah, I'm gonna actualize, I'm gonna become me this summer. Nobody's gonna recognize me when I go home. And we see this look of determination of young actors bound and determined that this is their breakout role and giving it every bit of emotion they have. And the sound that was coming from the speakers, kind of a really slight, like really, really, really low volume, almost imperceptible version of the camp's theme song. The music abruptly stops, and it changes to shredding electric guitar. And the entire song is about how uncool this camp. What is this camp's name? Because I just realized that I never named this camp.
Ooh, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Camp Wood Lake.
I was like, is there a third version?
I know, I was waiting for the third.
That's
Wood
what. That's
Lake
the,
what?
That's exactly. That's the
Oh
name.
no, Lake
Camp
is my
Wood-
cousin's name. Wood Lake what?
Camp Wood Lake. It's the dumbest, the simple name ever. That's why it's that. And
Is
you can do all
everybody good with
kinds
that?
of things
Do we
like
have
Camp,
do we have
Camp
other
Wood Lake
suggestions?
Reunion.
I like it. I'm good
Yeah.
with it.
I was just
Camp-
trying to come up with something extremely generic, like for like a camp.
Camp wanna be here?
Camp want to be a hero?
I think this is. I think it's actually Camp Ignite.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right, whatever.
Since this is Reignited. Um, uh, maybe
Campfire Lake.
yeah. I think that's maybe like that might be one of the big events at the end of like that might be one of the big events is a bonfire on the lake.
Yeah.
That's not dangerous, and sure it's fine.
Convenient,
Yeah,
conveniently, there's water around.
All the fireworks that they buried into the bonfire is actually what the dangerous part is.
yeah. So I think that this a different song comes over, and it is just about how uncool Camp Lake Camp Ignite Lake at Lake. Yeah,
Covered by
Yeah.
Chumbawamba, though, by the way.
yeah, covered by Chumba. This is also a Chumbawamba song, but it's Chumbawamba with a pretty fierce guitar.
They're on retainer.
You know,
As soon as the
deal with
music
Universal.
as soon as the music cuts, I think Z like drops into like a defensive like karate stance. Like, okay, something's coming now.
hmm
Unless
And-
wait, the song about how much we suck. That song. Is there any line in there where it's just like, yeah, fuck those guys, like go camp, insert rival name of camp here.
There
Does it
there
seem-
is there is indeed the last words of the sign are the last words of the song are, "Oh, to be so cool, Camp Lakewood is better than you." Um,
Lakewood.
and I think as the song abruptly kind
Sounds
of
a lot like
abruptly dies, you hear the sound of a speedboat, and we see, or not, yeah, like a nice little like outward motor boat, and it is just cutting through the lake, just making zigs and zags as it comes to rest on your dock, on the docks over by the lake, and I think maybe, yeah. How do y'all react to that?
Well, first of all, these are basically the kids that play baseball and heavyweights, so yeah, they suck. So my character's just gonna have like a major rivalry with like the other athletics director of Camp Lakewood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, who do we see on the boat? Do we see like a whole like doppelganger staff, or is it?
It
So
looks like there are two figures on the boat.
is one of them the athletic director?
I don't know. Well,
Um,
they're a little too far away to see at the moment.
What if
Well,
Six.
I'm an
if we-
athletic director who kills birds for a living. I'm gonna pull out my binoculars.
Z's just gonna walk up there as the like pseudo camp director since no one else is here to play that role, and they're gonna just walk up to them.
Meanwhile, no, even better. I pull out my cell phone. Wait, unless this is actually the 90s. Is this the 90s?
It is not the 90s, but
Oh, got it. Okay.
you notice that your cell phone conveniently did not fit in any of the pockets in your pocketless uniform.
I was
Oh,
gonna say,
well,
you-
yeah.
you
'cause
took
my
your phone
shorts
with
are
you?
Super short. My shorts are super short.
Mhm.
Anyway, never mind. I was going to use the scumbag zoom on my phone to zoom in and see who's on the boat, but whatever.
You know what you can have, because it just clips on, is you could have a pager.
Ah, yes, that's super cool, Wyatt.
Just attach a scope to a taser, to a pager.
All right. Well, I guess I will go and get closer and use my my actual eyeballs without any
Okay.
aid.
So, welcome to Camp Ignite. What brings you here?
And the camera's gonna slowly pan over, and we'll see the boat kind of shake as a heavy boot steps off of the boat and onto the dock, and the camera pans up to see who else but Mac motherfucking Ryder, wearing the camp director shirt of Camp Lakewood, and next to them a a smarmy little kid that you all recognize from the first, wearing a lacrosse outfit, looking smug with their lacrosse stick, with their hair that was like kind of just like blonde and curly in the last one. It's straightened and been dyed almost jet black, slicked straight to the skull. Um, they step off the boat, and Mac looks around and goes, "Well, I should have expected that this would be the camp staff of Camp Ignite. You know, children, it's not too late to come and join the cool camp, and
Can
maybe you'll learn something."
can before he gets that all out, can
Mm-hmm.
V attempt to use the sing method from Miss Congeniality, where she like gets him in the solar plexus and the instep in the groin?
It's such a specific reference. I love.
Yeah. Wow, that's
My
I
mom's favorite movie, by the way.
It's a good movie.
I think that I think that the dialogue is still going to happen, and we're just going to hear it as you're moving in slow mo to do this aggression.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll. We'll say Dex and close combat.
Okay, here goes nothing. 7 dice. I just threw one on the ground. I'll find that in a second.
This is going to be challenging.
Well, it doesn't matter. I got 2 7s, a 6, a 5, a 4, or 2 6s, a 5, a 4, and a 2. But no ones.
So you gain 1 point to the group rewrite pool.
I was leaning in to whisper something to them before they did that, and then was just like, kind of like, oh okay, never mind. As they started creeping up like a ninja.
And I think as they start to creep up, I think that the child got you all to sign the papers last time holds the lacrosse stick and like tucks the elbow in and brings it close, almost like kind of
A sword?
like a kinjutsu stance or kendo stance, like just the I guess that would be more of it. Yeah, it'd be more of a budo, but and like is holding the lacrosse stick, and they like have taken a step forward to kind of intercept Z, and I think that that makes Z pause in their place for just a second. Lost a little bit of cool. It didn't dissolve into violence, but they moved faster than you and showed that they were ready to bring more aggression.
Wait, was that your first roll of the session?
Oh fuck! It was.
Yes.
It was. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like you get 2 more dice.
Well, here goes nothing. I got 2 successes, which is still not enough to succeed, but at least I didn't fail, so take...
I mean, you still failed. You just didn't budge. But you wouldn't have botched anyways. It's fine. It just wasn't the requisite amount of successes. So yeah, it doesn't. The situation doesn't really escalate, but they've made it clear that like violence will get violence.
How about you leave my my camp, take your lacrosse kid back with you?
Can I approach and basically just sort of reinforce my the counselor?
Yeah, sure thing.
All right, I'm gonna basically just sort of loom over them in a like, intimidating manner, staring dead in the eyes of that lacrosse douche.
Mhm.
The child.
The child whose forehead you signed last movie.
Yeah, he's a douche. That's why I keep signing his forehead, and he basically like forged my signature. In my honest opinion, he's gonna have word from my lawyer after this.
While at least half of the group is squaring up with these two.
Child, I'm just squaring up with a child. Yes, proceed.
I would love to try and do like my like, oh, don't look at me. I'm the nerd of the group, and slide behind them and take their boat.
This is going to be super difficult, but you can definitely try.
Thanks for the warning. We're still gonna roll.
Yeah, you definitely
Can I
can.
assist?
So
In distracting
how are
them?
you assisting?
Well, aren't we already distracting him by?
Staring him
like,
down? Yeah, I could just be more. I could start. Go ahead. Sorry.
So you could technically like aid in this, and then you wouldn't be able to like make your own check in this particular interaction, but Pat would gain
More dice.
the dice bonus.
That's what I want to do. Yeah.
Sure thing. So then, if you are like actively like making the point of your stage presence right now to highlight Pat, definitely.
Yeah. I'm gonna say. Now look over here and listen to them because they know what's best for our campers.
I think it's going to be larceny and like you're still in the boat.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be larceny and either cunning or dexterity.
Got it.
Is
I
there
wasn't
either
sure if
one
it
of
was going to
those
be
that-
larceny or pilot, but they're both the same.
I could see pilot too.
Okay, and you said cunning or dexterity?
Yeah.
I've got the same in those too.
My character. Yeah.
So-
I was gonna say if you need my character to do anything else to assist you.
Well, so it's I
Other
get
than running my
your relationship dice with me, right? Is what gets
Yes.
Yeah, which I made you top-notch friend,
What?
so you get 3.
added. Why am I everybody's friend?
Like,
You're
I don't
not, you're
know,
my number 2.
You're the most harmless one, I think.
The most harmless one. So I get
And
I
the
get,
other 2, I mean,
Oh,
that
yes,
one's
I'm
weird
really
and
harmful.
that one's mean. So
So I get 3 dice from you for the relationship. I've got
Mm-hmm.
one big old dice in larceny, and then I've got 4 in dexterity, so that's 8. And then I've got a trademark, which is I made for my origin. That's my Huffy now.
what?
Cliff's origin was that before he found science, he was a bit of a hoodlum on the street, and he would steal kids' bikes. And so I think he's like picturing back like a time where like there was some neighborhood bully with like a really sick bike that like while the bully was picking on somebody, I just distracted and rode away on.
Is that a trope or a trademark?
A trademark.
Okay.
It was the one that I
Cool.
made for my origin.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect fucking sense. Yeah, go ahead and give yourself those 2 extra dice. This is gonna take 5 successes, just so you're aware. This is gonna be tough.
Yeah, well, like I got 10 dice. That's doable. Wait, just because it's almost full too. What can we use the group rewrite pool for?
You can translate 1 point for an automatic success.
Okay, like
And you can
A
also
single
use it
success?
to like buy. So you can as a point for point.
okay. Which
Like you can dip in there if you need to.
I assume I have to pick before I roll.
I think maybe that's the way it's intended.
Alright.
I am okay with giving you a 1 for 1 before the roll or a 2 for 1 after.
Are y'all okay if I use 2 points from the rewrite pool?
Yes.
How dare you?
Bring us
I
down
really
to 10.
want you
No,
to steal this boat.
You better
Leaves.
not use that pool that we have not used much.
Okay, so we'll use 2 points there. So I have to
That
get
is
3
almost
successes
full.
from 10 dice.
You can do it.
How many? All right, so we're at 9.
We're at 10 because we there was 1 failure already tonight.
Oh, thanks, man.
Oh,
Thanks, whoever failed.
no.
Oh, no, bad.
Wait.
A 10 is 2 successes.
Yes, I know. I got that's a 1, a 4, a 7, a 7, a 4, a 5. Oh wait, here we go. Okay, then an 8, 2 9s, and a 10.
Okay, so that is a fair
So I would have
amount
had
of
5 successes.
Impressive, very impressive. So that means you have 2 successes. You have 2 additional successes to buy things with, if you would like.
Yeah, like stunts, right? That's a. Oh
Yes.
God, I forgot. There's too many shit that comes into play in this game now. Because do I get narrative control of the scene
You
too?
also have narrative control, yeah. Directorial control, yeah.
Director. What? shit. I can't succeed on these big rolls because I'm never prepared for what happens.
I have
Oh,
a
is
suggestion.
Please save me. Save me from my success.
So you take the boat, and I feel like it would be an extra to just extraction, distraction. Those are two different words entirely. If, like, either you gunned it and so there was a large amount of wake that, like, did something to the two of the bad guys, or, like, trying to think. Because it should be something with the boat.
Yeah.
Or you turn to, like, peel out and get them, or something like that.
I mean, I think they're definitely getting splashed at the very least as I peel away in this boat. Gosh, yeah, it's my PDF is failing me right now, so I can't look up stunts. So I'm just gonna forget about that.
No worries. Like so,
It failed you from the get-go.
Yeah, we'll use those. We'll just store those up, and because we're gonna go on break here pretty soon, we'll store those up and we can use them on another success. That's no worries.
But if with regards to the directorial control,
yes,
just to add on to what happened, what I added last session was, so we've got Lacrosse Kid and Mac Rider that are getting splashed for sure. Also, important question: is Mac Rider still part Scorpion, or is this an entirely new character he's playing?
This seems to be an AU Mac Rider. He does have like a Scorpion, like there is some Scorpion iconography on his stuff though.
Okay, I think again it's you see me kind of the camera kind of actually pans back a little bit over the lake as the speedboat speeds away, and I think you catch a head sticking out of the water with a snorkel on, and also with binoculars that apparently still work fine there. And it's the second kid that got us to sign this time around. And they're observing the situation and like taking notes on some waterproof thing. I don't know.
Okay.
There's the second kid is also nefariously observing things.
Just making more. There's not another sequel after this, Pat. I don't know how we're gonna. We'll find some way to make it work. You gotta keep the option for sequels open. That's screenwriting.
You just leave hanging threads in case we ever want to revisit.
He's a time traveler.
The easiest one to use.
Okay, you know what, typo, thanks, because the prequel was going to be set in the Old West, so you just made it easier. Good.
Oh.
You just earned a screenwriter credit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I you described it pretty well. The boat roars to life. You splash them. I think kind of they're kind of comically like a giant carp just flops out of the water and like smacks into Mac Rider's face, and the actor Mac Rider looks legitimately horrified for just a second, as they've been now slapped with fish, and that's not a thing that most people wake up expecting in their daily routine. And they dive into the water, swimming after their boat, kind of comically, but not before Mac Rider turns, or the child swims out after the boat and is able to catch it pretty quickly as Mac Rider turns around and goes, "All right, well, I was gonna feel bad about this, but now I'm not."
Ha ha! Reminds me of a night with your sister. Ha ha!
In this world, I'm an only child. Okay, so I'm gonna need you to leave my sister out of this. In this world right now, I need you to keep my fucking sister's name out of your fucking mouth, okay? Because that's not what this character has, and I know
You're
you
breaking
regifted my
character.
shit. I know you regifted. And now I don't feel quite so bad because after this weekend's intercamp martial arts tournament, I'm gonna buy this place and turn it into a parking lot.
For what?
How original.
Why would someone need to park out here? There's no attractions for miles. We're
So
in the damn forest.
So we can open a beach and make money. So we can have the nice things. Y'all won't anything. And my students are gonna destroy your students in the martial arts contest. You're a joke if you think that you can win.
What martial arts do you plan on teaching your students?
Scorpion style, baby.
Oh yes, well I will be teaching the students Krav Maga, which is a military martial art. Your students will likely come away with broken esophagi.
I didn't even know you knew what that word meant.
What? We're
Looks like your
insulting
team
them.
doesn't have that much faith in you.
We're insulting them right now. Let's keep our anger directed this way.
I'm
As I
not
was
the
saying.
one banging his sister.
He doesn't have a sister. He's an only child, he just said.
I'm an only child.
I got my stunts to work, and there's actually a 2-point scientist stunt that's personal teleporter.
My
So
character watched.
I'd love to leave the boat sinking somewhere and just teleport back to the dock for this conversation.
Oh my god.
Yep, great. I'm here for it, yep.
My character
And I think-
watches like a green screen, like someone run up and hold up a green screen over his character, and he just walks away, and I just sort of shake my head.
Did I miss it? Did he tell Mac that he's gonna ask? I'm whispering to the rest of the cast.
And
Did he do the thing?
I did not do it yet.
And it fades back into the monologue, and it ends with a dramatic note of, and we will destroy this camp once and for all. Reginald, let's go. And he steps on the boat and tries to like take a dramatic pose, but the boat is definitely like sinking, and it is almost like pushing. As it is, it's sitting at like 45 degrees right now.
Oh, yeah.
It is not great.
I imagine doing it as like one of the. I feel like in Grand Theft Auto or something where you'd like hit a small island in the middle and then suddenly the boat's sideways and you can't use it anymore, and then I would just teleport back at that point.
Because product placement in film was really common at this time, my character is going to crack open a 6-pack of Pepsi and share it with everyone, label out.
Nice.
Can
Good thing
I
this
ask-
isn't a horror film, or it would have been Pepsi Crystal Lake.
Oh no.
Question for you. If they have a scorpion style, can we have like a neon style?
Neon
style?
style. Night style.
Or, I was thinking prism
fighter.
style, but I'm not the athletics teacher, so.
Yeah, we
It
can
was
do like
just a
some
thought.
HIPAA shit, you know? We can like some pommel strikes.
Well, actually, I think as they are barely making their way across the lake with the ruined boat, and you can kind of overhear, no, just stick up, just take the water in and put it out. It's fine. Just help. And we see kind of like boats coming from off a camera that are an entirely different, much more modern motif, coming to kind of rescue and drag them back. But I think the camera angle pivots a little bit, and we see the looks of dozens of concerned campers looking at you with worry and uncertainty in their eyes. And one steps forward and goes, "Are we really going to lose the camp?" And I think that's where we're going to go on our break.
All right, perfect. We are gonna head to break. Everybody get some water, do some stretching, do all the things, and we will be right back. We're back. Hello, everyone.
Greetings.
Now,
Hello,
I-
Internet.
Yes, I believe someone had to tell us more about Camp Karate Tournament / Camp Olympics.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
mixed martial arts, by the way, because we discussed this.
Yeah, no, we might have mentioned it, but I don't know if it was established, if it was written in the bylaws. But yeah, it seems as though in the first half of our movie, before the kind intermission break, where there's some Kung Pao jokes to make, and that's cool. Like Kung Pao's a great movie. Make those jokes about the intermission that we just took. It's wonderful. And I think that, and so where we left off was that everyone had been told that they would have to participate in this intercamp martial arts tournament here in just a small amount of time that would determine the fate of Camp Ignite and whether or not it would be there to be a home and positive experience in the memories of children for decades to come.
Or a parking lot for them to loiter in.
Yeah, it's yeah, it is some devastating news and could potentially upend all of their young lives because this is the summer and life happens in the summer. Um, and yeah, so as the camp counselors, apparently, you have all you have all decided that this is the role that you find yourself in. You're looking at the faces of very concerned campers about whether or not their camp will be here next year. The scene is yours.
Cool. So I think Z goes back up to the platform and to the podium, and taps on the mic to make sure it's on.
I will
Listen-
follow. I will follow and stand over your shoulder, kind of like your henchman.
Yeah.
Keep those kids in line. Listen, kids. There is one thing that we all have that they don't, and it's heart and passion. They are just a bunch of big bullies, and I have full faith in you that you can learn our patented neon fighting style, neon Krav Maga, and take out Camp Lakewood.
And so why don't, because you were also using your trope here, right? Your
Correct.
what is
Picket
this?
line.
This is picket line. Fantastic. And the picket line, the way it works is you've worked in the line before and you know what it takes to crack a company. Roll one extra die on actions in which you lead other groups against against an opponent more powerful than your group. And I would say they definitely qualify. Whether or not I think you will get the bonus now. Whether or not they get the bonus is going to depend on how well you do. So for you, let's get you to roll. I think this is going to be command and probably presence or manipulation.
They're the same, so I'll take my 3 dice.
Fantastic. And take your extra dice for this as well.
I did. That's
Oh, you did? Okay, cool.
I have one in command, one in both presence and manipulation, plus my one. Can I use some of our rewrite points to buy a couple successes? Because I'd really like us to have a good pep talk. I'm going to buy 2.
Okay, cool. So we're
Sounds
starting
good.
to pull off the 2. I think it's only going to take one more success to do it.
They're not very inspired because I didn't roll a single success, but I didn't roll a 1 either.
Okay, so no worries. What I'll do in this case, I'm not going to award a rewrite point back. I'm going to offer a consolation, and that is that most of the campers seem to be disheartened, but 4 campers stay and look on with newfound determination. And I think those 4 stand up and kind of like hold themselves in a mirroring way to the 4 of you and approach. And I think we see a brief moment where each of you makes eye contact with another one. And I would like each of you to describe the character that has just been cast as your protege.
All right.
Who meets your eye, Leland?
All right. She is. Let's see. She's taller. She's a bit of a taller girl. She's let's see. She's a bit of a taller girl. Her name is let's see. Janice, and she like her skin is kind of like an almond color. She's got kind of like poofy hair on each side, almost like poofy what's the word? Pigtails, like little mini afro pigtails, and yeah, she's like
Buns?
real sporty. No, she just has an afro, and she's got them pulled into little like two little mini afros, like little pigtails.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, she's like a real sporty girl, and yeah, I don't know. She's probably the most like athletically inclined out of the four, I'll say.
And I think she's got like a I don't know what was the 90s variant of Hunger Games. I think she's got a an image of Xena with a or Xena spelled with a Z rather than an X. With like a long with what looks like a double-bladed longsword that's being drawn back as a bow. I think they've got like one of those, something signifying their interest in archery as they come up to you and make eye contact and
All right.
kind of nod their head.
Yeah, we split a Snickers. Label out. Got to pay for the film.
Great. Would anyone else like to describe their protege?
So I think one of the people already has a little bit of hollow on their costume. Like maybe it's a like pair of earrings or a necklace or something like that, and we lock eyes because hollow. And one of the things we do during our training montage is more hollow to blind our opponents. So
Cool. Heck yeah.
her name is going to be Alex. And yeah, we're like best friends now.
Yep, we see a quick little montage of y'all doing like some hollow shrinky dink style stuff and doing some like cool, like almost Tai Chi looking things in like the sunshine, and we can see like almost like a disco ball effect moving as the holographic materials kind of shimmer and catch the light in different ways.
And I think there's one sunset like at the end of our training montage where we just high five in the suns in the background.
So someone else.
Patrick. What you got, Patrick?
You're always volunteering people. It's the worst.
Never volunteer yourself. That's stupid.
I'm picturing like essentially like the equivalent of Carlos from Magic School Bus.
Okay.
That I think has been playing with, like, during the initial camp stuff, like had been in the back of the amphitheater or whatever, not really paying attention or participating in the school song, or not school song, the camp song, but instead like tinkering and trying to get this drone to work that like he found thrown out and was trying to like refurbish. Which now at this time is hovering behind him as we flash forward to this point.
Can we say that part of the camp uniform are those like button-down flame T-shirts from like the 90s, or button-down
the Guy Fieri shirt?
Yes, that is our. Can we say that is
bowling shirts in general? I think.
Yeah, flaming bowling shirts.
And I just remembered it's the 90s, so not a drone, but an RC helicopter. Because everything is RC.
Yep. Even the cola.
Only.
Wait, I thought
only
we
the
were
South.
sponsored by Pepsi. I'm
Oh
getting
yeah, that's
mixed
right.
messages.
Yeah, Pepsi's gonna sue me if I don't.
I guess for Aiden, like Aiden's like staring at the crowd, and as it like thins out, there's one person left, and he's like, he squints a little bit. There's like some little girl in bright pink in like a tutu, and like amongst all of these like 20-something-year-olds, it seems to actually maybe be like a little girl, and he's just like,
Mhm.
what the frick? No. And he walks away. And then there's a scene of him like the girl following him. No. And then there's another scene of him like climbing a tree, her climbing after him. No.
I think the way. Oh, yeah, please continue.
Him underwater, and it's like the girl slowly descends into scene with like a snorkel. No. And I think he's just like it cuts from scene to scene of him basically trying to avoid this girl as she follows him across a vast terrain until he's like up on like some mountain. Like, why are you still following me?
Did we all pick? Did we all have girl? Are they 4 girls? Is that what I did? I follow along correctly, or is it
Yeah.
3 girls, one
guy.
one guy? Okay, that's what. Okay. All right then.
And you're gonna
That's
say
cool.
Dan?
What is the? I think that there's an event right at the end that wins Blaze over, and I have an idea, but I don't know if it's the same idea that you see, because I could 100% see this scene ending with like no, 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 just a complete and outright denial, and then Blaze doing something like tripping or like stepping wrong and kind of like falling down or stubbing their toe or something, and the kid laughing, and that maybe being the point of like, oh, this kid's gonna be an ass. All right. This is a cruel child. But that's how I'm. Is there something that's calling out to you?
I kind of like the idea of them like following Blaze through all these like dangerous terrains. It's like it starts to get to like improbable stuff. Like there's snow at one point, like driving blizzard, lightning storm.
So you say this kid that's following you around's not likable? Is that what you were just saying?
No,
No. At the
No,
moment, very wholesome and adorable.
Okay, got it.
She is dressed like, think the girliest person you can imagine.
Like Angelica from Rugrats.
Your description reminded me of Dee Dee from Dexter's Lab, honestly.
Really, I thought
Exactly.
Angelica
Dee Dee
from
Dexter's
Rugrats.
Lab
That's so
is
funny.
pretty much what you're going of getting.
Got it. That works. I just was wondering why you were running from her. You just don't like kids.
I don't want to teach some Fruit Loop how to like do this.
Got it. All right.
So is there an event that leads you?
Whatever this thing is. And at one point, you know what? I think at some point he turns around and he like asks, "Okay, fine, I'll teach you." And it's like the scene pans out and they're already at the event.
Yep, I think so. And that was everyone's little montage moment, and I think as the camera is following Blaze's character, I think we see Blaze's pager like flashing with notifications every so often, and maybe like there'll be a quick flashback and we'll see each of your own pagers kind of like giving a notification flash here and there, and as you return to your cabin for the night, you find that lying atop the VCR. I almost called it a VHS player. Wow. Lying atop
It
the
happened.
VCR, there is a
Pat, are you okay, Pat? I don't have your camera on. I don't know what happened.
Nothing happened. What?
I like that you just knew it was Pat
Yes.
with no cameras on. Yeah, I think that as y'all come into the hall after the training montage of trying to, the other students are still there, but they've already admitted defeat to themselves. It's your kind of proteges that are really stepping up and really ready to take the mantle. And as you re-enter your domicile, there's a tape hanging out of the VCR, and on the label it says "quote unquote heroes."
I'm
I
gonna
did. I was actually a background actor in Heroes, so my character is going to take notice of this.
Oh God, is Heroes old enough to be on VHS?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
Well, in real life, my character was in fact, my
Okay.
actor was a background. Not my. This is getting confusing. Okay, there's so many character layers.
We should play this video to see what it has to say. And the camera pans out, and like he's holding the little girl like a teddy bear in his arms, and she's just kind of like limply hanging.
Oh no, it's like a doll. Is it a doll? Is it a doll?
Blaze, you have an awfully weird way of training people.
Oh, I haven't actually gotten started on the training part. She's
I don't
mostly
need your
just
training.
followed.
Meanwhile, this whole training.
Blaze opens his mouth to disagree, and then like closes it.
This whole training montage, my character has had like those punching bag gloves on because
Mhm.
just everywhere he goes, they just start sparring. Like
Mhm.
he's trying to basically turn her into a killing machine, so that way they win this competition.
Awesome. Yeah. So I heard someone say they were going to play the tape?
Yeah.
Did I imagine that?
No,
I think
right. You heard right.
I think maybe the small the little girl just kind of reaches one of her legs up and just like pushes the tape in slightly with a foot.
How do you know how to use that thing? You're like 12, maybe younger.
And the video starts to play, and you see that it is each of your Zords, or each of your machines, or each of the modes of transportation that you had in your respective seasons. And you see that they are chained and bound and look like slightly rusted and dented and scuffed up, and they're kind of making screechy noises in the background, and the camera shifts, and we see who else but Mac motherfucking Ryder, and in his daimyo scorpion gi, his arms crossed, and goes, "I hate to tell you what'll happen if you win tomorrow. I don't think it's necessary, but a little insurance never hurt. Heroes." And the camera cuts.
I still intend to win.
I will defeat this evil.
And I think
I am trying my best to be optimistic.
But it sounds like if we win, then our Zordbotrons are going to get demolished.
Indeed.
If he hurts Turtle McTurtleson, I will crush his. I say skull, but they edit it into ego later on in the film.
Cool.
But I mean, it sounds like that's what he's going to do if we win. I mean, it sounds like it's like a situation that's you lose, but then you'd lose the other way, if there's a term for that.
it's a Z gets close to everybody and says, "We'll cross those T's when we get there, but we can't let this summer camp go down." That was my new quip, by the way.
Oh, cool. Well, can you repeat it for us?
Yes, it was, "We'll cross those T's when we get there."
Oh, okay. Yeah, that does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I give it a thumbs up.
All right. I'm trying to think of a way to use one of my quips, and I think I got it, but I don't know if I can use it right now. I'll use it later.
Let it happen. It'll happen.
Let it happen organically.
Organically. You don't even know what my quips are. They're ridiculous.
I had one about a fondue club reunion. You can make it happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
It just kind of happened. So we get the 2 rewrite points in our pool.
We do, yes.
So we are back up to 10, I think.
Mm-hmm. We aren't. Yeah, y'all aren't. Yeah.
Well, this might have to be one of those times where we split up, though. Like, some of the people stay here and encourage the kids in the competition, but then we also have to rescue the Zords while the Zordbotrons
Formers.
Legally distinct Zords.
Yes. While Daimo Scorpion is distracted and away from his dojo prison.
It's still Zord, it's just spelled with an X, so we're good.
That's pretty extreme.
Well, I would love to be in charge of making sure we win this competition. I have a match and some vengeance to settle.
And a proposal?
Shh. I'm waiting for the right time for that.
Oh, you're waiting for the right time to duel their leader.
Duel.
My plan is to write the proposal in his blood. And they change it in post to say in his
Tears.
Tears, yes.
The jelly from his PB&J sandwich.
The ketchup from his hamburger or cheeseburger fries.
Yeah, there's plenty of cheeseburgers had here at summer camp.
During our prep time, could me and my protege, who I never actually named, I just said like Carlos from the Magic School.
I don't think anyone named their protege.
I did.
I think everybody
Janice.
but me too.
Oh wow, yeah. Oh okay, yeah. I do. Wow, ADHD memory is in full fucking blast tonight.
Hey, it's fine. Same here. I just remembered this one thing. So.
I wanted to really closely read the rules of the competition.
Okay.
Like the whatever Camp Olympic bylaws exist to see like what do these kids actually have to do? Have we been training them for the right things?
So
are there any technicalities that like will get people just like eliminated? Like if they're secretly scorpion people from the future.
I think. I was just gonna. I think that this is gonna be. I think this is gonna be enigmas and intellect.
Yeah, sure.
Since I'm involved in sports, could I assist in some way since I'm used to being like reading rules for competitions?
I think so. Yeah.
My character's not super bright, but this is just one of the things he does.
And apparently, I'm your very good friend, so I get 3 dice.
Yes.
I've got
nice.
one. I've got 1 in Enigma, but then I've got 5 in Intellect, so it'll be 9 dice.
Cool. I think this is gonna be. I think this is gonna be 4 successes.
Okay. That's a 1. That's a 10. That's a 6. Another 1. Another 1. Another 6. A 3.
Come on,
What the fuck?
need
Are
one
you?
more.
A 7. But I've got 2 10s.
Woo!
Okay, cool. So you got 4.
So 4.
Wonderful. So you have 1 additional success with this. And yeah, I think you read the rules and you learn that buried deep in like paragraph 5, subsection C, Krav Maga is one of the outlawed styles.
Oh no! I'll
I
bring
was
that
gonna-
up. I'll bring that up in the training montage.
Son of a.
We'll pivot at some point in there.
Well then. Apparently, my deadly martial art is not suitable for a friendly game of beat 'em ups.
Sorry, did I interrupt that? Was there more?
There's also, I think that we see Cliff kind of just getting to a reading frenzy, and Cliff just sitting and trying to think and figure out like what a possible solution to this problem is, because this news has just put a stop to the current plan. It's completely impeded the martial arts training that everyone had been going through for this entire thing. Found out at the 11th hour. What could you possibly do? I think you also remember that there's one way you can always free the Zords, but it comes at a cost. And I think that's the phrasing that is in your memory.
But it's like it doesn't actually tell you the cost. It says like
Yeah.
see page like XX, and then it's like not linked in the PDF.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
So we're not allowed to. They aren't allowed to use Krav Maga.
I've got I have something that might help. Make up some of the time that we have to do to choose a different style. I'll use the additional success I've got for a simple scientist stunt, minor adjustments. Scientists can make the rest of the party stronger by augmenting their weaponry. When examining a weapon, scientists with this stunt can alter a weapon to remove a level of complication from its attacks, or penetrate one level of armor, not both. The process takes 8 hours and must be conducted outside of combat.
Mm-hmm.
Could I say, like, maybe from all of my research between movies, which Blaze was so helpful with figuring out, do I maybe have some injectable nano chitin
I think
that I
you
could
have,
give our contestants?
I think you have maybe
So we're
using
juicing
that same chitin. It's going to be a highly branded, highly marketable like boxing glove.
Could it be a sugar?
Yeah.
Could it be a sugary drink for children?
So
If we're talking marketing,
Yes, we're juicing, basically.
we're juicing these kids with juice.
Oh god, yeah, sure. You have a typo?
So what you're saying is, if they can't use Krav Maga, you're going to give them chitin. And I hold up my like claw hand. You're going to teach them how to use Claw Maga.
I'm gonna look.
God.
I'm gonna look at him and say, and then I'm gonna point to all of like the children that I know that he hates. I'm gonna say, you make those loathsome horrors look even more loathsome.
You know what?
That's kind of insensitive to say to the kid.
You don't tell them to their face that they're horrors. God.
You both get yes. Quip. Yeah, I am deciding yes because of the setup that you had for that as that awful pun. Just an automatic yes. That quip succeeds.
Are you talking? Wait,
So
did they
we're-
both have quips there?
No, that was just something Typo said that hurt me.
It hurt me too, which is why I used the loathsome one.
I do my best.
It was good. It was like admittedly, it was really good.
I thought it was going to be Krav Maga instead of Claw Maga.
There's so many options in there also.
I strongly considered that, but
Yours was better.
it's technically not a crab.
Yeah, so I think So y'all both get you're all up to 12 or 14 now.
That would have
In the
brought us up to
rewrite.
12, I think.
To 12, okay. So y'all
But
doing pretty good on them.
But yes, however we got there, I was using my stunt to artificially enhance the skills of our contestants.
Cool. So things will be easier for them. We'll add some dice to their stuff if they have stuff to do later on. And yeah, I think we see that the like a clock in the corner. It's at like 2 a.m. and there's not much time left in the day before the tournament starts. I think this is where we hear the plan, if there is a plan.
So,
Question.
Mm-hmm.
aha.
The video that we saw, were there any like maintenance staff or anything in the videos? Like any people in the background?
That depends if you have it was me all along. If you specifically have that one fucking ability. Ooh, that fucking ability.
I'm not
yeah.
saying that I do, but
Yeah,
if I did.
no, there is. Yeah, there's maintenance. There's maintenance folks in the facility. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, we may want to review those videos at a later date. But until then...
Yep. Okay, good to know.
I may have some information on where the Zords with an X are being stored.
The X-words.
The X-Swords.
Honestly, you can't miss it. You just have to turn left at the next indescribable horror. And that is a quick.
Wiggly Wiggly.
So quip, that was. Can you do this for the quip again?
You can't miss it. You just have to turn left at the next indescribable horror.
What are the thoughts?
I like it only if I can continue imagining that it's a Piggly Wiggly.
I mean, that's product placement.
Yeah, that's our third one. I love that Piggly Wiggly's up there with Snickers and like a Pepsi. Like somehow they like used their entire ad budget for the year to get in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I think it's a yes. So go ahead and max out. Or no, we're at 14 now. Your rewrite pool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we had talked about maybe sending somebody to try and break out the Zordbot formers while they're not as guarded during the competition.
Well, whoever's going needs to take my necklace. If you whistle into it, you will summon my Zord with an X. As long as you free them. I, however, even though I have quite a bond with my Zord with an X, I need to make sure that we don't lose the camp. This fighter here, she's golden. As long as I can teach her to switch stances a bit, I might be able to try and make Krav Maga look a little more like Chinese kickboxing, which seems to be in the rules here.
Didn't you teach her how to use a bow?
Well, the archery class was just a bonus.
just imagine like hiya with a bow.
Important thing that we would have noticed, I assume, when I was studying the rules, is this a tournament to the death?
No.
Okay.
No.
Good. I was just making sure of that. This was a Mortal Kombat.
I prepared her for that just in case.
Don't worry. I'll go after our X-Zords. I have to make up for my mistakes of last time anyways.
The actors were never properly filled in on how to pronounce it, so some of them say X-Zord, some of them say Zords with an X, so it's just really kind of all over the place. There's no consistency, I would imagine.
I'll go rescue the swords.
I can go with Blaze. You don't have to. You've got the team now. You don't have to go on your own.
You're right. I have the heart of a scorpion now. I'm far more empathetic than I used to be. I would like to roll for empathy.
I hate bad so much.
Okay, sure thing. Yeah, why don't you roll enigma and empathy, because I don't understand what the fuck is going on. Who are you empathizing with?
Team.
The team. Okay, so I think that is going to be
Team
because empathy is a skill, isn't it? I think that will be, yeah, that is going to be.
Presence and empathy.
I actually think it's going to be composure and empathy, because I think that the issue at the moment is that you are too empathetic. You're being you run the risk of being overwhelmed with empathy.
I surprisingly got a 7 and an 8.
Nice. So that is a success, and I think we see tears starting to well. And what is Blaze's reaction?
I feel a strong bond with my team, and I feel vaguely empowered by it.
That should have been our montage song. We should have had Chumbawamba write a song specifically for the movie that was Heart of the Scorpion instead of Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah, cool. So mhm.
You know what? I think I resonate not with myself, but with the person who's coming with me, to give him like a bonus die or something in the future.
Okay, hell yeah. I'm fucking here for that. So, and we said that Cliff is the one going with you.
Yeah.
So it's me. So it's Kyle and V, whom hate each other, are gonna have to team up to make sure that we don't lose the camp.
Oh yeah, it always works out this way.
We're gonna learn the most important lesson about overcoming obstacles through friendship.
Even though we hate each other, that just tells you how much that Aiden, that my character dislikes Aiden Blaze, because Aiden's a 1 on my relationship, and V is a 2. Oh, sorry, no, Z.
To be fair, that's technically the actors.
Well, but there's hatred. The hatred carries through. It takes the form of a rivalry.
You skip
in the film.
You skip the part of acting school where you separate back from the character.
I told you there is a rumor out that I may or may not have paid my way through it.
You only showed up for the first class about getting into character and didn't show up for the second about getting out.
Yeah.
And since that day, yeah, I think the camera's gonna shift and kind of pan away, and we'll hear the background noise of the crowd, and kind of looking over this huge like sand arena that definitely wasn't here the last time we had a big like overhead shot, and we see both camps like crowded along on either sides, and it looks like they've prepared their 4 best students, who are all like look to be a few years older and definitely a lot more like well defined, like just square. They look pretty gnarly, and all have greased, slicked back hair, and some of them have a little bit of mustache coming in too, so you know they're trouble. And they are standing, kind of staring down your proteges, the opponents, and Mac comes up, and he's wearing a more dialed down version of the like the gi that you saw him in the video, and he goes, "Oh wow, looks like only 2 counselors could even stand to see their students lose. Embarrassing." So I guess let's just go ahead and do this. Yeah, let's just go ahead and what do we think? 4 on 4? Seem right? Seem fair? Or maybe we can settle this once and for all with some 2 on 2. I don't even need another master. My little Johnny Lacrosse over here will be able to hold his own against either of you.
Are you going to talk, or are we going to fight?
Students, stand down. I'm gonna defeat him. So I
You're
guess.
you're clearly the evil one here, and it is my turn to bring you down. I say we solve this with our fists, and then whoever wins gets to decide if it's 2-on-2 or 4-on-4. Sorry,
Um,
how stupid of a victory prize that is just makes me laugh.
would you like to spend a rewrite point to edit some text to edit the script in post?
Yes.
All right, for one rewrite point, you can change what you said. What is the victory condition now?
And and he stops giving me guff about his sister.
I told you, only child. I don't know what you're talking about. Fine, come on. You know what? Students, stand down. The teacher is gonna show you how it's done. And little Johnny Lacrosse walks back out with a much nicer lacrosse stick with like a katana's handle.
I'm staring this child down aggressively as I was before.
Yeah. Cool. So this child and Mac Ryder have approached the starting kind of the starting area.
Yeah.
I assume Kyle is there as well. Not Kyle. Character name.
Bobby.
Bobby. I assume Bobby
Yes.
is there as well.
Yes, with sunglasses on too. Doesn't take them
Nice.
off.
Does Z come down to join them?
Oh yeah.
Cool. So I think as we see everybody about to square off, the camera's going to shift and we're going to see what is going on with our other dynamic duo.
Yeah.
So, weird typo. Where do you think the secret hideout is?
Well, we've established it's left of the unspeakable
The
horror.
horror, yeah.
So, yeah.
The Piggly Wiggly.
The Piggly quickly. But let's say, there's a lake here. It'd be cool if it was underneath the lake.
Underneath the lake at Camp Lakewood?
Yes.
I think we got to go through the woods to get to the lake at Camp Lakewood.
Okay, we got to go through the woods to get to the lake at Camp Lakewood.
Would that be all?
I mean, like, there's a secret base under there, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Were you waiting
Like-
for were you waiting for a river that we had to go over into the woods?
No.
To grandmother's
So-
house?
I think as
Cookie
as
factory.
Blaze is narrating the things that you'll have to go through to get there, I think the camera just shows you doing that, and we see you next at the compound itself. How does it look, Blaze?
And as every scene shows, a little as a little teaser for anybody who looks at it really closely, there's a shadow in the pictures as well, and it's like just barely off screen.
Okay. Right. I'm here for it.
Okay, I've been here before. It's pretty simple. We just have to get through this incredibly dangerous forest filled with monsters.
Right. But once we get there, what kind of security are we looking at the base?
Well, we'll have to get underwater somehow. It's a very deep lake. Oh, and there's an electronic lock. I don't know how you're going to be able to hack that, then.
And then
Afterwards,
there's the ding of the lock aligning and opening.
there's at least 15 people guarding the X-Sword. We'll have to deal with them. And once we deal with them, we'll have to deal with the boss.
The boss. I thought besides the Scorpion King guy. There's another
Oh.
boss.
He has another.
Shh,
He
dude.
does.
Yeah. What's their name? This would have been. I feel like this would have been good information to share with the team.
And the scene goes black because pronoun game.
Fantastic, yeah. So I think that we see for just a moment, we see the two of you outside the entrance to the compound that you'll be using to get inside, or the entrance to the Zord room that you're standing in front of, ready to open the switch and be able to get into this kind of hangar style area. And we see the two teachers kind of squaring up, getting ready for combat. And which direction does the camera go first?
Is it us or?
Does it go to y'all, or does it go to the the martial arts tournament?
Fight!
Martial arts.
All right, so
Get that over
the camera switches back over to martial arts, and you're each kind of squared off. Am I correct in understanding that it seems the situation seems to be kind of a two one-on-ones rather than like everybody doing a group melee?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I was thinking it was 2-on-1. Both
Because
of
it's
us
Mac.
versus Mac.
Well, it's Mac and Johnny Lacrosse.
Oh, well then I'll take the kid on. It's fine.
Excellent.
I'll beat up a kid.
You can handle the lacrosse douche. And
Alright.
in post they changed douche to child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think that's how that goes, and the camera is going to pan in as we see Johnny Lacrosse running towards Z, lacrosse stick held ready, like about to do a devastating chop. And how does Z respond?
So Z has taken a stage combat. Well, no, V has taken a stage combat class. So I would like to attempt. How tall is this kid?
Probably like 4'2", maybe 4'6".
I would like to
Kid.
jump over the sword and try to get a strike on like his back.
Okay.
I'm
so
also using. I've done this in a scene before, which is one of my
that's
trademarks.
one of your trademarks. Cool. So
Yes.
that's gonna be. I think this is gonna be Dex and close combat.
Cool. I don't have
and
enough
you'll-
dice for all of that, but okay.
Oh, nice. And you'll get a +2 to your roll as well.
I'll have to roll one other dice after I roll all 8 of the ones I have. Well, that's
So this is going to be 4
3
successes.
successes. That's 3 successes. Please get a 10. Or that was a 3, so I only got 3
Oh.
successes.
Okay, you can buy successes after the fact with
We have a
rewrite
full-
points.
Full rewrite.
We're at
Cool,
13.
right?
We're at 13 right now. You can do it.
Oh, well, I would like to use 2 so that at least
Yeah.
I succeed.
All right. So yeah, you succeed and you bring your sword. You said.
Yes, but I'm gonna use the pommel. I want to like knock the kid out, not like
I
severely
think
beat him up.
for the purpose of the tournament, I think you've got a boffer with like a really
Oh, okay.
realistic handle.
Okay.
And as you spin around and like strike the kid in the back, the kid like hits their knees and falls forward. That's still for a second, and then just starts doing push-ups and stands back up and goes, "That wasn't shit. I'll show you how it's done next time." And the
Whoa.
camera is going to swift over real quick to Bobby and Mac.
So yeah, that kid just used this is a PG-13 film. We had one use of the word shit. That kid just used it, so just remember that.
I thought shit was fine. You only got one fuck.
Oh, never mind. Well,
Yeah.
Well, you just used it. Thanks, GM.
Jesus fucking Christ! The narrator just said "fuck" whenever that pommel strike happened, or whenever the kid got up.
Oh fuck.
The narrator was like, "Oh, fuck." All right. Well then, I, as a Krav Maga expert, am going to not use Krav Maga.
Mhm.
I'm going to use Krav Maga's cousin, Chinese kickboxing stances with Krav Maga moves. All right, let's do it. So I'm just gonna start like kind of hopping around, like Chinese kickboxing style, sort of hopping back and forth. But then I'm gonna come in with like some elbows and some uppercuts and all that good stuff afterwards.
I think this is also going to be Dex and close combat.
Okay, cool. Because I'm basically just trying to fool them and still use Krav Maga. Hold on, I dropped one of my D10s. All right, so I got. Pardon me. All right, so let me make sure I have the right number of dice. All right. All right. 2. 3 successes, and I'll spend a rewrite point if I need to.
You'll need to spend 2.
Okay, is that okay, everyone?
Sure.
Might as well use them. We got them.
Yeah.
All right. So you with 4 successes, describe to me how you take a little bit of the upper hand here.
I had 3, and it's 2 rewrite points per success.
2 for after the roll. Yeah, you can
Got it.
spend them like 1 for 1 before the roll.
Oh, I should have did that. I actually was thinking of it. All right, whatever. I know that for next time. So what is it? I got how many successes? Could you tell?
You got no additional successes. You got the bare minimum number of successes to be able to do this roll.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you don't like defeat him, but you manage to slightly take the upper hand. How does the scene unfold to end with you having the upper hand?
All right, so I've got Nike boxing gloves on, and of course, the logo is very prominent in this scene where I'm holding the gloves up, and I do have perfectly shot as a trademark, so I'm just saying this looks real good. And so I come in, dip, and dive, and then instead of going in for a punt, like a strike, a right hook, I come in and grab the dude behind the head and like grab his hair and then elbow him in the try and elbow him in the chin instead, which is a more accurate like Krav Maga move.
So I think like just at the last moment he manages to get his arm underneath his chin and does still rock back and kind of shakes his head and goes, "That's cheating. Now we're playing fair." And is going to howl and charge at you, and the camera's going to swiftly pan to the door that is sliding open to the hangar. As we see our other two knights walking in, you see all along the corner there are giant heavy machinery of unspecific like origin. There's a few like kind of loader looking things. There's a few like vehicles, and off in the distance, kind of under giant, slightly rustling tarps, you can hear the sound of chains and the slightly muffled cries of your swords.
I would like to like step forward and go, "Hold on. It's an ambush. Don't worry. I've got this handled." And I'm going to take out my weapons. And GM, I would like to use Warp Effect to take out all of the little Mookin minions around that are about to ambush us.
Yeah, and I think as you step in, we the camera shifts to like a ground up perspective, and we see a horde of like probably 25 minions leaping out from the rafters overhead with the wickedly hooked stabs, ready to come down. And how do you quickly dispatch all of these?
Like for a brief moment, there's a slow turn and like hidden from the camera, a wink towards Cliff. And then I charge in and I start like just doing martial arts moves, knock one guy out, step aside. They all, of course, all taking turns coming at me.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And just start swinging, knocking all of them out. And eventually I'm standing there. Piece of cake. And what happens to me now?
I think as you say piece of cake, we see a rope dart flinging from the shadows and stick square in the center of your chest. And the rope behind it goes slack as we hear a clap, 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 and we see walking out the infamous number 2, maybe number 3 of the Daimyo Scorpion, the man, it can't be Arachnophines again. The
Stinger Squad.
well, we already used that. It's the
Damn it.
the spur.
I like it.
And it is like kind of more of a like a wasp, like a flying insect motif. And you see that they tug their leg back, and the dart rips out of the chest of Blaze, and we see Blaze's like face have a new layer of agony, and maybe like one of those dramatic anime like a little bit of blood, and we see Blaze drop to their knee.
Cliff. Yeah. It's all on you. And he falls forward.
Not to undercut that moment, but there's no line about like come over to me or something like that as this scorpion impales him with a hook spear.
No, I think it's the hit. I think she goes, "You can stay right there."
Oh no.
That's good. That's quality. That's just a callback. That's not a ripoff.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should, like, oh gosh, I look over and I make like just this like terrified sound, and I keep typing faster at the little terminal that I ran over to, which is what I've been doing while just like all the background mayhem was happening by the whole fight scene, because I'm trying to what I was yelling over my shoulder in the fight was like to keep the Exords under control like that, they need like a special kind of metal called Zord Obtaini Chromios something. And it's being charged through with phantom electricity. We need to reverse the conduits and unlock the nets that way, or the Zords will be ruined. I'd like to use my streams of jargon's trademark to help.
Yeah, that definitely will. Why don't you go ahead and roll intellect and technology?
Okay.
And go ahead and give yourself the bonus as appropriate.
You know, and if while I'm in their system, if I notice whatever the research they're doing, if they've been trying to figure out how to like fuse Zord shit onto people, that's not my character's jam now. If I find any of that. We said technology and intelligence.
Technology and intellect, yeah.
Okay. And I believe you get the three die bonus.
You do
shit.
Plus a 2-die bonus for strings of jargon.
Okay, so that's 5 in bonus.
Additional dice on top of.
I've got 5 in intellect, and
okay.
I've got 2 in technology. We want 12 dice here.
We're gonna be looking. This is a fucking monstrous task. We're looking at 7 successes.
Jesus Christ.
We're looking at 7 successes, and this could dramatically change things.
And I guess since we're adding all the dice, I did use empathy to give you another boost.
Oh my god, that's right. Yeah,
so that's an extra dice. We'll say that's 13.
Yeah, let's do that.
You're probably gonna need to spend some points from the pool, but let's see.
Do you want? Should I just spend 2 from the get-go here?
That's on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're at 7.
Roll
We're still at
15.
half.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm rolling 13, and we have to hit 5 now. With the
You're
need
rolling
5.
15 now, I think.
You
5
need 7
plus
total.
7.
So it's the 2 that I spent reduced the success, essentially counted as 2 successes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so 13
rolling
and you need
13.
5.
Okay. Here's the first.
A
My
lot
dice
of
are going
dice.
everywhere. That was 5 dice that I rolled. There's an 8 and a 10 in there, so that's 3 successes so far. And I've got to roll. Christ, too many numbers. I'm rolling 13
more.
dice.
13
Yes.
dice.
Okay, I've only rolled 5 so far, but I got 3 successes.
All right.
So 3 more dice after this. That's a 9 and a 10. So that's 6 successes so far. Oh, shit! An 8 and 2 more 10s.
Oh my
So
god.
that's
So
5
how?
more successes.
So you can do a lot of things with 5 extra successes.
Yeah.
Is there? I think as we see Pat. I'm going to give you a second to look at those because you've got some wild options, and I think as we see Cliff typing away at this as terminal, like checking over, seeing the figure of the spur walking closer and closer. Does Blaze have any kind of like sounds echoing really distantly, like thoughts as they watch the villain approach their friend?
No. No. If only there were something I could do. If only I had someone I could count on.
Wonderful. And Pat, I saw your face light up a second ago. Did you find the thing?
No, it's... So, I mean, I'm essentially just supposed to look in stunts for that. That's that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But...
GM.
Yeah.
So when we do the one thing where we do the quip, we get directorial control for a little bit, right?
Trademarks.
Oh, okay, trademark.
Oh, but he did use a trademark
use a
on that,
trademark.
so he does get directorial control as well. You get to do all the things. Congratulations, Pat.
I only roll big things, and then I keep hitting them, and I just freeze.
It's a play style.
I don't know that I'm reading this right, but there's a common 3-point stunt that sounds just swell called Infused with Science. Through exposure to the arcane and super scientific, the character's body sometimes interacts differently with the strange powers it encounters. Then, like, the specifics are: once per encounter with an alien, the character can choose to apply a different effect to their character than a power would normally apply to them. I don't know what the mechanical parts of that mean.
I think we can still we can find the flavor of it.
Yeah, like I'd love if in interacting with this terminal and recombobulating and reversing the polarity with the X-Swords, I get something funny happens there. Also, like I'm at the terminal. I'm trying to free the Zords, and then I see the sacrifice that Blaze is making, and I download some experimental thing to try and turn the tides or something like that.
Could I add one thing? This?
Yeah.
Because Blaze can't do jack squat right now. He's unconscious, and he is at 0 hit points. But he has trained a protege.
I think I have a way to introduce to put in Blaze's protege. Blaze's protege. I think I've got an out for this scene.
Okay.
If the only one, if I could add something with the directorial edition,
yes.
I think again it's just an odd camera angle from a different side of the room, and it kind of flashes with Blaine's perspective. Like if you're kind of going in and out of vision, I think at one point it shows you and you catch your own eyes across the room. there's another you that like slinks back into the shadows.
That's cool.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. All right. We're doing things. I'm liking this collaborative little storytelling thing we got going. This little subplot. I'm here for it. Um, huh. And I think yeah, from I think back to Blaze's point of view, there is a weird like metallic sound that is sudden and out of place. And I think we see like a momentary look of confusion on his face. And Pat, I think while you're working the machine, another dart comes flying out, and the terminal doesn't explode, but it like shatters into pieces around you, and it's kind of arcing with electricity and smoking, and you're still working on it, and we see like your fingers starting to like burn and and show wear and tear, and you found it. You found the way to stop them. What is the epic line that you say to end the fight?
God. I th- it's when they ask you who let the Zords out, tell them it was me, and I just hit a button.
And as you
And the
hit
nets
that
come
button, we see your eyes kind of light up with this like matrix color schemed like black code, and we see you kind of like worming your way through the circuits and electricity of this, and we see suddenly an overhead perspective of a container that was conveniently hanging in midair in flagrant disregard of all OSHA violations, and we we hear the distinct sound of the mechanism releasing, and we see the same look of confusion on Blaze's face as this crate falls. As all of this was done kind of in a little bit of slow motion, and suddenly the speed resumes and the crate just falls flat on this person. And they are under it. That is that.
Gosh,
But
the others always make fighting look so hard. That wasn't that hard.
and yeah, you are able to or do you continue trying to free the swords, or do you go attend to your fallen friend?
I at least in my head, I kind of pictured like, oh, I'm gonna like flip the like reversal switch to like start. I just imagined it's like a slow mo cut of them pulling the nets that are over the Zords up little by little. But I'd
Yeah.
leave that to like go and actually use like try to tend to Blaze's injuries.
Okay, so I think once we see that start,
Is the little girl in the scene or anywhere, or?
the little girl was at the martial arts tournament.
Oh, I was trying to imply that she followed Blaze.
Oh,
and left the
okay,
thing.
okay. Then, oh, that was the shadow. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm with you now. I think
Everyone at the tournament just realizes that they're standing
Yeah.
next to like a scarecrow.
same outfit. That's wonderful. I
It's
like that
we
addition.
have to lose at least one round at the martial arts tournament.
Well, right now it's being decided. The teachers are going at it.
Mhm.
It's all on them. I think that as like we see as we see Cliff running towards the form of Blaze, I think the camera pans to show a Cliff running towards the camera, and in the background we see this surprised and just like complete gobsmacked expression on this little girl that has been following Blaze around. And I think she drops the lollipop or whatever thing she was carrying, and we see it shatter on the ground, and her feet begin to move in your direction. And I think that's where the camera cuts, just with ambient noise in the background, no sound, just like violin and footsteps. And we cut back to this intense combat scene where, after a quick round, things are tilting in our hero's favor, but not quite out of the woods yet. So how are you going to try to take things back? Actually, they're both going to go on the offensive real quick. So I'm
Yep.
going to roll a whole bunch of dice, and I need both of you to roll uh, what is your defensive action going to be for this turn? Because I'm not going to roll. I'm going to give y'all a number, and that's what you have to beat it from. How are you planning to respond defensively to this round?
I would like to take the hit from the kid.
Okay.
I'm gonna choose I'm going to make minimal actions to make the damage as little as possible, but I'm gonna let the blow through.
Okay. Cool.
My character is going to jump up and grab onto a tree limb that is above us and spin around it a few times and flip and then land on the other side.
Okay. Cool. So
slightly different actions between the two of us.
A little bit. So for Z, I need you to roll integrity and stamina. And for Bobby, I need you to roll athletics and
I get 2
dexterity.
dice from typo, right? From using his wharf or not, because I'm not there.
So I think that there's kind of a brief moment where we see like kind of a look of panic and maybe confusion as the two of you would realize that something is not right with your friend. That kind of deep sense that you have of each other. So we'll go ahead and give it to you.
Okay.
I can spend rewrite points to give myself extra dice.
Yes, you can. Add one for
I'm gonna spend 2. Is that okay?
No. So rewrite points, if you spend those are automatic successes. Those aren't extra dice.
Okay. I'm gonna spend 2 of them. Is that okay with everyone?
Were you going to say something, Typo?
Oh, I was going to say I quickly just rolled for Scorpion Heart to send them the good vibes or the dangerous vibes.
Mhm.
My Scorpion heart senses are tingling.
Exactly.
Ooh, shit, yeah.
I also think Scorpion Heart is the only thing I've rolled.
Oh shit, really? I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
I
wanted this.
I got
As long as you're having a good time.
I rolled 2 10s, so 4 successes plus the other 2 successes, so 6 successes.
I got 2 successes. I'm trying to decide if it's worth using any. You know what? I'm not gonna use any. If I fail, I'm gonna take all the damage. I have a plan.
So how many successes did you have, Leland?
6.
6 successes for Leland and 2 for you, Z?
Yes.
Cool. So you are able, just barely, to stay out of the reach of like the pincer style strikes that that Mac Rioter is doing, and Z, you're ready to take this blow, and holy shit, it is a lot stronger than you thought, and this kid is not really giving you a whole lot to work with, and just slams into your collarbone. And we see you like take the blow stoically for just a second, and then we hear a sound as you're gonna take 4 dots of harm from where the kid just smashed you and broke through your defenses.
This kid's swole.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I didn't fight the kid. I would have felt like I needed to hold back on a freaking Hercules. Instead, I can just let it all loose on Mac Rider's face.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that sounds.
So
this is no ordinary kid. This is Johnny Lacrosse.
Johnny fucking Lacrosse. I forgot. My bad.
Yeah, so y'all will be back on the offensive. How are you gonna try to, like, the music is reaching a crescendo. This is gonna be the final the final echoes of combat. This is make or break moments. How are you going to do it?
So I slowly get up from my knees from the immense amount of pain that I'm in and square back up to the kid. And I go to him, it's time we put the I in survival. And then I'm going to
Was that
You're
a
gonna take those 2 points to the rewrite pool for that quip.
Yep. And I am going to attack him with reckless abandon.
Fantastic. Roll strength in close combat for me.
Strength and not dexterity.
Reckless abandon sounds more strength. Is there a more dexterous way that you were thinking about doing it?
Well, I was gonna do it with my sword. I guess might and close combat is the same roll, so it doesn't really matter, I guess.
Yeah, this feels more like a might roll.
And do I get any bonuses for being through my first bar of...
Yes, are either of those skill, or is that skill
Close
one
combat
of your
is,
archetype?
in fact, an architect skill.
Then yes, you do. You get an extra dice on that roll. Good call.
That is, unfortunately, only 2 successes.
Fortunately, 2 successes, and
it's 8s or higher successes, right?
8s, 9s are success. 10 is 2 success. Yeah.
I rolled 2 7s for what it's worth.
Okay, so I think in a bit of a rectification from earlier, typo, I didn't have you roll for we didn't do your wharf move as it was written. We didn't let you roll for that massive pool. So I think, why don't you go ahead and roll that right now, and the extra successes that you have, we will spread out amongst the folks as your potentially the only living memory they have left of you goes to inspire them.
Okay. I'm going to use my trademark, nothing personnel, kid.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, because it would be. Yeah, all right.
So that is 11.
A lot of dice. That's 11 successes or 11 dice?
No, 11 dice.
Okay. Whew.
That is only 3 successes, though.
Only 3 successes? Okay, so that is still 3 successes for folks to use. It will take 3 successes to like deliver the finishing blow to this kid. They are pretty brutal. They are a little bit lower than Mac himself, and so 5 is going to be the necessary one to. Are you going to knock him out, or are you just going to hurt him?
I would like to knock him out.
Okay, so if you use all 3 of those successes from typo, then describe how you render this worthy foe unconscious.
So I think it's an act of adrenaline because I just had my collarbone broken, that I can even swing my, 2-handed long sword of not lightsaber thing. And I think it is, while the kid is recovering, it's just like I'm doing the same action back to him. Only I do it with enough force that like the pain knocks him out.
Yeah, I think we see the kid like stoically stop for just a second, and then you take 1 step forward, and the kid just falls flat on their back against the ground, and we get that great shot of their eyes open as their head hits, and they're clearly knocked out with no permanent injury.
I would like to say that Z cool guy walks away as he falls to his knees.
Nice.
Where like they turn around and just don't watch him fall.
Fantastic. So I think they're walking over to go and join or go and try to aid if necessary, Bobby as that happens. So Bobby, it's you.
Bobby is going to, since basically me telling Mac to leave my wedding plans alone is one of the stipulations of this fight. I'm gonna attempt to use the trademark. It's my destiny.
Okay. Cool. So go ahead and take those extra 2 dice.
All
And
right.
just above the table, this is probably going to be one of the final scenes.
Oh, for
So,
sure. Yeah, no, I'm wrapping it up. Sorry, it took me a minute to get that out of my mouth.
no worries.
So it's my destiny to marry. I'm gonna say, even though it's not a quip, I am. Our love is destined, and I'm gonna just like when he turns around, I'm just gonna come in with a right elbow, but then do a fakie, and then come in with the left elbow and just clock him right here on the bridge of the nose.
Nice. Okay, go ahead and I think that's going to be might in close combat
All right,
with your
and
+2.
all right, I'm
And
gonna
also a plus how much from typo?
all 3 of those were used, I thought.
Oh, they were? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Or
you just get you just get
But
the
for
one friendship die.
Yeah, the friendship die it still hadn't happened though, right?
No.
Okay,
Okay,
so
cool. So
I
yeah,
get
yours
all
is one
10
extra
of
die.
I get 11 dice technically because I'm going to use one of these rewrite dice to give myself
So
one more
that's an
success.
automatic success.
Okay, so 10 dice and 1 free success. All right, so let me dump these into.
So Johnny Lacrosse was 5. We're looking for 6 altogether.
All right, so that's
You can do it. You can totally do it.
1, 2. Yeah, I wish I could do it. I only got 2 successes. I rolled a 10, and that was it. I rolled a bunch of 7s. Isn't that oh, so 3 successes total, not
3
6.
successes. So okay. Yeah.
Z/V is not getting involved in this.
I mean, I could spend 6 of our rewrite points and oh, way to you could have just lied. So we had 6. Why'd you have to?
But that would be cheating.
I know. I could have lied and said those 7s were 8s, but I didn't. Got it. No lying about numbers in your presence.
So
understood.
I think
help me beat this guy up.
So I think this is going to be the right way to end it. I think that we see we see Bobby like go out with that like hard elbow and like the line about "it's my destiny" and slam into the face of Mac Rider, and you feel like the bone crunch under you a little bit, and we kind of hear what's probably celery being snapped, and the face kind of like as you pull your elbow back, Mac turns to face you and like his nose is bleeding. He goes, "Your destiny is irrelevant," and grabs you by the face and slams you down into the sand, like feet kicking up, like dust going everywhere. And as he comes up, we see a young girl in a pink dress with a giant oversized sword come and smash him across the back. And in the look of surprise, you see the other 3 proteges running in wearing oddly similar prism Kneon Knight themed uniforms that they definitely weren't wearing when this match started, and they all reconvene, and I want each of you to give me one cool teamwork move. A teamwork, if you are there with your protege, a teamwork move that y'all do, or if you are currently unconscious, something cool that your protege does in your homage.
Okay, so my character's like barely awake, but he throws sand in the eyes of Mac Rider and blindsides him with some sand, pocket sand. And
the dog is special.
And then Janice comes in, dropping elbows like lightning, you know?
Yeah, fantastic. And as the camera pivots, who is the next? What is the next point of action?
I think Alex you see them like ignite their prism sword for the first time, um, and they step in and just they actually hit the sing method on Mac Rider, which is
Nice.
I forgot what it is. Solar plexus, instep, neck, groin. I think is what the acronym stands for. Yes, it's a very oddly specific, obscure reference, but it's my favorite.
It's a wonderful movie.
Sandra Bullock is fantastic.
She's a gem. She's just a gem. Yeah, and your protege comes in and kind of striking a very reminiscent pose. We can see kind of your outline superimposed on them as your training methods take hold, and they follow through with your pattern, and it looks fantastic. And Mac has got like sand crusted to the blood that was coming out of his nose. It's holding his chest and kind of like favoring a little bit of one side from the sword wound. And we pivot to, I think next we're going to pivot to Cliff. Y'all can be here if you would like to be. We part of the technology upgrade, and you do have a scientist thing about being able to teleport. Or you can be over there. Okay, then we'll leave you there. Then that's no problem. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nice. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's embarrassing. Like stink bombs. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Mm. Nice. Yeah. No, that's fantastic. And they're kind of bashing around after these stink bombs and hot sauce packets like land and Mac is the dojo the gi is stained and bringing great dishonor to his dojo. The Scorpion, the Daimao Scorpion dojo. Um, and yeah, I think Blaze's protege is the one to land the final blow. Um,
Could I describe?
totally can. Please do.
I like to imagine. So you call the Zorbs, Zords. I like to imagine that riding atop the killer whale is the little girl in that like pink tutu, but now there's black on the tutu as well, and she like marches up right up uh to Mac Ryder, this little girl who he never casted, he never hired, who just wandered onto set. And in that moment of confusion, she socks him in the face.
And I think it is pure bewilderment. And as we see him go to the ground, we follow his point of view, and we see the conveniently bandaged and on crutches form of Blaze again, with a giant bandage around his chest that's been stained red at the center. Um, and I think the crowd erupts and everyone rushes and hoists you all up and has a wonderful celebration. And, um, you know, Mac Ryder kind of rolls over and goes, "I'll get you," and falls down flat. And medics arrive, pull him off scene, say that he's fine, but he does have a mild concussion, and that no charges will be pressed, and that thanks so much, everyone. And I think the credits will roll, and what is the scene that we get with Cliff in in the thing in the warehouse.
So Typo, you let me know if this is okay with you.
Sure.
I think it's a flashback to like before I like helped Aiden get back over to the lake. It's after your protege leaves on the Zords. I've got you over on like a medical table, and I've got whatever substance they were isolating from the Zords here. Are you cool with more enhancements?
What the fuck? Sure.
So I think I've from whatever I've gained from the machine, I used that to get whatever distilled product they were making here. And you were just learning about the team. I didn't think there's things that I need to tell you that I couldn't say before. Injects like Pulp Fiction style, and then the
since there's not going to be a sequel to this officially, so instead of that, there's one thing I'd like to do. I looked Aiden Blaze, look you in the eye. No, it's too late for me. Use it on yourself. You're the cool one now.
That pat your facial expression right then needs to be fucking isolated in a clip because it was wonderful. And I
and then I like the idea
think
that with that exchange, then we're just like we just walk back to the lake, and you just got a big bandaged up hole in your chest.
Yep, I'll be fine. Just not gonna be a hero again. That's cool.
just breathe. Yeah, and so the credits roll, and what is the final scene that we have with your character? As you are getting ready to, as you have found your protege, you are getting to pass on your role to the next line in the franchise. What is the scene that we have?
I think Aiden does his best to teach this young girl like a disabled Batman trying to teach Robin.
She's the most dangerous one.
Awesome.
I think there's like extra hollow like jewelry / like mostly jewelry that like has sentimental value to Z, and I think you see them give Alex all of this like jewelry. Well, English is hard all of a sudden. And we never really talked about what the morphers look like. I don't know if we've ever actually officially morphed. But I think it looks almost, at least for the Prism Ranger season, it looks like a smartwatch, no matter like what time period we're in. It's probably a little bit bigger and more obnoxious in the 90s than it is, more modern day, like more in the original movie. I don't know how we went back in time, but whatever. Not important. And I think there's a moment where Z hesitates and puts it on, and I think then there's a moment of like, you got this, you're good, I've taught you everything I can teach you, and then Z teleports back to the future.
Great, and that's good to know. And the rest.
We could say that there's a scene with me and Janice hiding in like an alleyway, waiting outside of like a warehouse, like down by the docks, and we wait for some like criminals to come out of a facility, and we get a peek inside with my trusty binoculars, and we can see that there are some criminals doing kind of the same stuff that Pat's been doing, or Pat's character's been doing with enhancing people. So there's like basically some criminal operation where they're like enhancing people with some of the juice that they were getting off the Zords. Maybe they had sold. Maybe the people that were juicing our Zords with an X were like had managed to sell some like previously, and someone replicated, made like a synthetic version or something, right? So, and we're partnering together like tag team vigilante superheroes, getting ready to run in and take the operation down. And we're wearing our helmets and stuff, so we both press a button and our visors come down, and we both just like run in, and that's where that scene ends.
Nice. Is that Pat?
Yeah, I think there's a bit of me and Carlos at Cliff's lab, like working on robots and machines together, and then also like practice fighting, and like clearly Cliff is like stepped back from like official Kneon Knight since there's like the new team. But then kind of when Carlos like heads out for the day, he kind of does like the button flip where like suddenly everything turns around, like at a like at a speakeasy. And you see all of the shit that he's been working on his own now. Which there's a big conspiracy board with I think like footage from both of the movies, like found footage from like the cameras and shit and like time travel question mark in the middle, and a bunch of like threads going out to shit to just like blurry shadowy pictures.
I think that as kind of the shadowy pictures, I think one of the ones that it goes to is the final shot of the movie, and it's the one shortly after this event where everyone is like Blaze is still kind of like taped up and still like clearly recovering, but it's taken out in front of the Camp Ignite sign, with all of the campers looking enthusiastic and like cheering, and everyone looks truly and utterly happy and content, even the coolest and most detached from you. And then we see like kind of the frame of the picture, and it says, "The worst is already behind us." And then we see the picture slowly start to go sepia, and the background music to get a little bit more disharmonious and a little bit more of a minor key than it was before the picture frame itself shatters and goes to black. And then in parentheses, as the like the full final credits start to play, there is a little bracket at the bottom that says, "She said yes," bracket. I think that is going to be where we wrap up our sequel. Our 2 out of 3 for our They Came From Beneath the Sea trilogy. Yeah. Ooh. Pat, I'm gonna pass it over to you.
Oh, don't do that. Then I have to say things.
Yeah.
Yes. Hi, thank you everybody for joining us. Like Zan said, that is movie 2 in our trilogy. We will be wrapping up this little mini campaign next Wednesday. Same Neon Bat time, same Neon Bat channel. Yeah, I do. This is I'm like I said, I'm Pat. I'm a Tactric on Twitter, on Twitch, like this channel that you're already at. Besides this game, which again I just mentioned, you can catch us here Sunday nights at roughly 7 p.m. Eastern, playing our Urban Shadows 2nd Edition campaign, Ruby Tooth Bay. And then Tuesday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern, you can catch myself and Zan in Standing Stones on Blackfeather Guild. And I haven't thought of a favorite moment or anything, so I'm gonna just
hey, no worries.
Besides all of it, I need to actually think.
It's been a whirlwind of a game. Nash, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'm Nash, or Theater Nerd. There is an R, it seems to be hidden to most people. Nobody gets it right, it's fine. It's literally what I say to people when I go into a new Twitch stream. When they don't get my name right, and then freak out when they magically do somehow. Anyway, I've totally distracted. This is the only live streamed game I am in right now. I'm only in 2 or 3 other like home games, it's fine. I have no life. Or maybe I have the best life. I guess it's all in how you look at it. Once I get back to live action role playing, which is the beginning of next month, I'll have a little bit more free time. So my goal is to work on the rules of the TTRPG I wrote in like a month, and flesh it out a little bit more and play test it some more. So be on the lookout. Follow me on Twitter for updates, because I'm gonna put my baby out in the world and let other people run my game. Yay.
Yay.
Yay. But other than that, you should follow me anyway. But I'm Theater Nerd 221 on all of the places.
Hell yeah. Leland looks excited.
How can you tell? Is it because of the sunglasses?
I could see your eyes shining with enthusiasm.
Oh, those are just the Reigknights.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah. What am I doing? I just sat back down.
Outro
Oh
stuff?
yeah, that's what that was.
So she did say yes. It was in the credits at the very last, like the final end credits. After the credits scene, there was a bracket. She said yes, bracket.
Because I'm so strong and cool, and I totally.
No, it's because you value her. It's because you value her independence and respect the contribution that she has in your life.
And I help moderate her live streams for without any guff. I give her no guff for all the yelling I get.
Also, at least 2 of the gerbils have really bonded to you at this point.
Oh, okay.
Can't separate the pack.
Yeah, that's fair.
But who are you? What are you doing? What you got?
I'm Leland. Hold on. I'm Leland / Leopold. God, hold on. My alarm's going off telling me to take my medicine. Hold on. I stay up super late, so that's a normal time for me to do that. Anyway, don't judge me. I'm Leland / Leopold Just on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm a social media coordinator / consultant / marketing director for Kickstarters, and yeah. Oh, yeah. There's like 40 something or 50 something hours left on a Kickstarter called Ultimate Dungeon Showdown. If you're a fan of Zombie Orpheus Entertainment or Dead Gentlemen, any of their films or series, such as the Gamers films, Darkness Rising, Hands of Fate, the original Gamers, or Journey Quest, the series, or Dark Dungeons, the film, which is hilarious if you haven't seen it, or Strowlers, the film series, any of those, then go and check it out, because there is something for everybody. It's basically a big swag sale, as I've been jokingly calling it, to try and sound cool, and you can get all sorts of stuff. We're also developing a tabletop RPG and a card game to go with it. So if you wanted to see all your favorite characters from all of those series duke it out in a battle card game, then that's cool. And if you like RPGs set in okay, I don't know much about the RPG, let's be honest. I didn't read much about it. I'm gonna probably need to do that or something. But yeah, it looks good. Everything looks good. Go and check it out. We're like at many thousands of dollars, but we can use more many thousands of dollars, so go and spend some. Oh, and you can find me next on Sundays in Pat's game. He'll plug it.
Typo, you got anything for us?
Nothing to plug really right now. Hi, it's been fun. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, or continuation of the week. So, bye-bye.
Yeah. And I am Zen. I'm a professional GM and content creator for 5e World of Darkness, powered by the Apocalypse, and a whole bunch of other really cool stuff. I'm also in the Sunday night game with Pat and Leland and some other wonderful folks. You can find me on Tuesday and Friday mornings over on Polished Cryptid's channel, mornings U.S. time, like way early in the morning, like 4 Central. And on Monday nights, you can find me over on my channel, Insanity TTRPG, where we're doing a 10-week anthology collection of of 10 non D20 role playing games and their therapeutic and educational benefits and drawbacks. So that's super fun. I also have got some stuff coming down the pipe. I've got the dreaded Necromancer that I just got some concept art from the wonderful artist For Nevers. Some places with a dash, some places without. They are just giving me some kick-ass stuff, and it's given me even better ideas as I write. It's going to be wonderful. And here real soon, I will have a casting call up for a probably a 10 to 12 session Afterlife Wandering Souls game over on my channel to celebrate hitting 50 followers on Twitch.
10 to 12
And
sessions of Afterlife.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of depression. It's gonna be
Yeah, it is.
gonna be a lot of depression. It's gonna be grim.
By the time it starts, my new medication will have kicked in. So
Yeah, that campaign will realistically probably be starting in September at the earliest, just because life is about to happen real big real soon. But yeah, that is all of my stuff. Stay tuned, and if you want to play or have a Dread Necromancer guest in one of your games, you should definitely let me know. That's all my stuff, Pat. I'm done talking, Pat. To make me stop talking, Pat.
All right. Yeah, that's it. That's it, everybody. We all talked about our things, right? Nobody didn't miss anybody. Cool.
Think we're all good?
Awesome. Well, again, thank you everybody for joining us. We got one more. We got the finale of our trilogy. We'll be here next Wednesday. So look forward to seeing you all then. And have a good night, everybody.
it's more of a
Good night.
prequel.
It's going to be a prequel. It's going to be set in the past. It's great, because the worst is already behind us.
Yeah, we already killed a couple of people. We can't really go
Yeah.
much further.
Y'all committed murder. This is a hard PG-13 now.
Did we?
I bet the series was like PG or G or something, and we've just, as we've gotten older and worse, it's gotten older and worse.
To be fair, the person who got crushed got a Disney death. So I mean,
They
it doesn't
did.
really count.
That's true.
I was gonna say I know I killed that person.
There was no viscera visible, at least. So
The box killed that person. You didn't kill them.
Twas gravity what done spur in.
And honestly, it was probably because of something she did. It's like, karmic justice that way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good night, everybody.